Young niggas run the streets. My 40 cal on me, stick it right between the seats. A mirror jeans pudgy. New Versace sneakers out your budget. Off-white jacket. Fuck niggas can't touch me. Hustle hard, I got plaques out. Today I wanna bring a couple racks out. Hotline, bling, beating packs out. A fish on my line. Finally got them spitting stacks out. So what I did, swipe that motherfucker till it maxed out. The boy from the ghetto, I learned to kick the table when I wanna shake the jello. The word on the streets, I got them bags for the LO. No talking in the sheets, I play these hoes like a cello. Hello, I kick more shit and got more flavor. I be ducked off, somewhere exclusive with no neighbors. You can see me in the room where the money getting made. I just paid $50 for a dope boy fade. I stayed down on my hustle, ran the racks up. I finally got my shit clicking. I was down bad, fucked up and scuffed up. All I do is eat chicken. We set the tones in the streets. Real niggas made bones in the streets. You focus on your shit, watch that money go up. It ain't too many of them out here that's fucking with us.
Cross town born like Saddam, but a big human straps in every palm. Need an octopus to get to him. Chopper with the drum off his head, Takashi lips loose. Ghost possess the bomb, I'm alarm how this shit move. I died, came back and bought fresh. Your flow fell off, it lost self. Me back boss, a go-getter, and the transport gotta eat that cost, I know better. Elemental shit, I just flow through the building. Gucci loaf it up, got the hate on kill them. Pickpocket flow, so the hoes gon' feel them. When your blanket moving slow, it's like the panoramic cannon. You can think you kinda smart, think you floating on the waves. Till you find yourself floating in the ocean with fillets. Package goes to custom club from Kuwait. No need to know the language, I just know I'm getting paid.
I stayed down on my hustle, ran the racks up. I finally got my shit clicking. I was down bad, fucked up and scuffed up. All I do is eat chicken. We set the tones in the streets. Real niggas made bones in the streets. You focus on your shit, watch that money go up. It ain't too many of them out.
Yo, it's your boy Marita Boy. I'm back up in this thing, man. Listen. Shout out to my boy Anonymous One. Y'all go subscribe to his channel, man. Look, man, full disclosure, Anonymous One been doing all my artwork, man. So if y'all need some artwork, man, go holler at Anonymous One, man. He did my banner. He did my my logo. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want some artwork, go holler at Anonymous One. You know what I'm saying? Just shoot my boy a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? It is a business. He is trying to, you know what I'm saying, make $1. But at the same time, he got good work. So go subscribe to his channel and go hit him up for some artwork. You know what I'm saying? If you guys need some artwork, if you think about starting a YouTube channel, I advise all of you guys who might have a curiosity or inclination that this is something that you might want to do. I advise you guys to do it. You do not have to make hip-hop content. You do not have to put your face on all the videos. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to, you can make videos about cooking, whatever it is that you're passionate about, you have a little bit of, or a lot of knowledge in. I suggest that you guys start a YouTube channel. You can use it as residual income and build your platform. And eventually, you know what I'm saying? You know, we all getting older. You may not have to work. You know, who knows? You may really hit it big. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I advise all of you guys to start YouTube channels if you feel like this is something that you might want to do. Shout out to Kenny. Hey, Kenny, I'm glad you're back in the building with us, Kenny. Appreciate you, girl, for sliding through. Y'all show Kenny some love in the chat. Shout out to Cody Lee. Appreciate you, gang. Shout out to Inroads. I be seeing Inroads all over these YouTube screens. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Inroads. Sometimes I log in and check out somebody live and I'll see Inroads in that thing in the chat. So shout out. Appreciate you, Inroads. Shout out to Legit the Quick. KC, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to Munda. He say, boy, Armstrong want a verse from Mook Boy for 40. What you think Mook would do? Would do it. Hell yeah, Mook could do it for them 40. Hell yeah, I know Mook. Hell yeah, Mook could do it for them. Hell yeah, Mook could do it for them goddamn 40. Shit, he better do it for them goddamn 40. Shit, money talk, bullshit walk, man. Shout out to KL1K, yo. Shout out to Chicks 1000, aka the Chick 1K. What's up, girl? My bad, y'all. I had a pretty decent weekend. I went fishing with my son, and I hung out with my children. I hung out with three of my children. I got a stepdaughter as well. My baby mama got a daughter that was older than my kids, and I raised her till she was like 9 or 10 before me and my baby mama actually split up. So I consider her my daughter as well. And I hung out with them. Them kids fun as hell. My daughter 21, my stepdaughter about how 23, uh she about 29. She about 29 now. Yeah, she 29. Yeah, she 29. Damn, she could. No, my bad. She was born at 7. She not 7. I think she was born out of 7. Yeah, she was born out of 7. So what it is, 2007, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. She 26, right? But them kids fun as hell. Listen, let me tell you something. I enjoy hanging around my kids. They very cool people. They funny as hell. And I'm just sitting back watching the lives that they're living. Those kids are having the time of their fucking life right now, man. I'm talking about they always throwing parties. They go to school. They got their own cribs. They got their own cars. They always got the nice clothes on, nice fashion. It's always a bunch of friends and stuff around them. Like my kids very much are in the in crowd. They very much are in the popular in that age group. They are very much popular people for their age group, and they always looking good, and you know what I mean. They ain't broke. Put it that way. They ain't broke. They ain't poor, and they is right in tune with the hip and the what's going on, right? So check it out. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story real quick before we get into it. But I had a great weekend with them. Um, so I stayed at my daughter's house, right? She got a very nice house of I think it's 4 bedrooms. She got a 4 bedroom house. It's real nice, right? 26. She got a nice house. So I was gonna get a hotel and stay on International Drive. You've been to Orlando, you know, International Drive is where the tourists at or whatever. She was like, nah, you can stay at my house or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So I was like, well, where y'all at? They was like, we at downtown Disney. So they was at downtown Disney. Um, her cousin had a birthday party for his son at downtown Disney at a bowling alley. So went to downtown Disney, met up with her, got the key to her house. So when I go back to the house, right, it's just me there, right? It's just me there. And so I'm just chilling, right? Big 70-inch flat screen in the front room, whatever. She already told me that I can get one of the rooms. So I'm cool. So I'm there by myself, right? So I look and I see they got like a bar, right? And I see they got liquor at the bar. So you know me, don't mind if I do. You know what I'm saying? Don't mind if I do. So I went and pulled me a little glass of something, you know what I'm saying? I already had me a little trees, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm in that thing just having a little, I'm watching American Made, the movie with Tom Cruise, where he was the pilot selling all the trafficking all the kilos of cocaine from South America to America. So I'm watching that up in there. And I'm just sipping, you know what I'm saying, smoking, just enjoying the ambiance by myself. Refrigerator full of food, everything nice. You know what I'm saying? We out here where the white folks at. We know we ain't even in Orlando. Put it that way. I'm just saying we ain't even in Orlando. She don't even live inside of Orlando. We way out. We about 45 minutes away from Orlando. So I'm chilling, right? About 30, 45 minutes into it, the door come open. It's both of my daughters, my niece, and a bunch of their friends. It's about 8, 9 of them, all girls, all them girls. They range from ages from about 19 to about 25, right? Nothing but girls, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm smoking, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So they sit down, they get to the dining room table, and I guess they just came. I think they just came from that bowling alley party or whatever. So, but they live, they lit. They done turned the TV off of what I want to watch. They done put it on YouTube, and they playing all Rod Wave, Young Boy, Rob 49. They playing all, you know what I mean? They know me. They put me up on music that I ain't even know that was popular. You know what I'm saying? So they done got to the table. They done broke the liquor out. They playing Uno. They playing drunk Uno. You know what I'm saying? They talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm just sitting chilling. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I'm just sitting chilling. I'm sipping. I actually took my headphones and I put in my headphones and I just was listening to music. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listening to music, just vibing because I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, right? So about an hour, maybe 45 minutes go by, right? My daughter come over to me. She's 21. She come over to me. She tapped me on the shoulder. She say, Dad. I said, what's up, baby? She said, Dad, don't you think it's about time for you to go to bed? I say, all right. I just grabbed my little cover, dog, and just went in the room, dog. Hey, bro, when I went in the room, I thought about it. I say, my 21-year-old daughter just made me go to bed. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hey, I said, hold the fuck on here. I'm the daddy. In my mind, that's what I'm saying, but I ain't say shit out loud. I say, I'm the daddy. How the fuck they make me go to bed? But I thought about it. I say, it was right, because it's nothing but like little young girls there anyway. You know, when I did, like, I'm creping their style. They might want to talk about boys. They might want to, do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I say, yeah, this wasn't the right atmosphere for me any goddamn way. But look, when I go in the room, next thing I know, I hear, what is it? Real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. And this, all this, that, this, figures. I hear the city girls coming on. I hear goddamn sexy record on, sexy coming on. My baby need a new peppy, all this type of shit. I say, oh, hell. I say, so I never went back out. I never went back out the room. You know what I'm saying? My room had a bathroom in it anyway, so I didn't go back out the room or whatever. I just turned on the TV in the room and continue to watch the movie or whatever, and just chill myself until I dozed off to sleep. But I'm saying, I assume on the other side of that motherfucking door, they was out that bitch twerking and doing all type of shit. You see what I'm saying? So that was her reason for saying, hey, Dad, it's about time for you to go to bed, because we finna, know what I'm saying, turn up in this motherfucker, and your old ass need to get the fuck from around here. You know what I'm saying? hey, so I found that shit funny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got actually sent to bed by my fucking children. That's fucking insane, ain't it? But that's what the fuck happened. And I walked my happy ass right on in that motherfucking room, dog. And went on the motherfucking. Soon, I ain't even make a scene, y'all. She said, hey, Dad, ain't it about time for you to go to bed? I got my ass on up and got the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? I got my ass up and got the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? It was for real. Shit. Yeah. But that was a little funny story that I happened to be this weekend, man. But I had fun with my children. Shout out to Ashley, man. Shout out Truth Be Told 1123. Appreciate. Shout out to 985J. Yeah, man. So that shit was funny or whatever. But today, we're gonna get into it. We're going to discuss that the new state attorney done filed a motion to include the tampering charges in the YNW Melly double murder charge, and what this means or possibly means for YNW Melly going forward in the case, and how this may impact Melly and the case that's for murder that's against him. Yeah, so we're going to get into it. Yeah, that shit was hilarious, though. Them caricatures sent my ass to bed, though. For real. Oh, before we get into it, too, man, I know probably a lot of y'all saw that I had posted a video of me and AK, King AK-47. We settled our differences, man. We settled our differences. It was a great moment, to be honest with you, because anytime two men can come together and discuss what their issues was with each other and solve it peacefully and then move on. You see what I'm saying? That's a great thing, and it should be applauded, and it should be shown today in today's society, when we have so many of these young black men getting into it, or young men in general getting into it, and nobody can put their pride to the side or put their differences to the side in order to solve the situation peacefully. Because a lot of times all it takes is understanding. All it takes is for somebody to reach out, or for two people to put their pride to the side, and because let's be honest, a lot of times both parties feel like they was right. You see what I'm saying? But if you can still get past all that and see the other side of what somebody else's point was, and y'all can agree, you know what I'm saying, to move on, bury the hatchet, or you can even agree to disagree, but still just bury the hatchet. Now, me and AK, we agreed and we buried the hatchet. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even agree to disagree. We kind of just like both felt the same way, and we buried the hatchet. Shout out to Teresa Quinn. I was actually on Music 101's platform. If y'all ain't subscribe to Music 101, go subscribe to Music 101 platform. He got a great platform. He almost to 100,000 subscribers. So y'all need to go on up there and subscribe to the channel and help him get to them 100,000. Also subscribe to Mickey Truth platform as well on YouTube. Mickey Truth. Everybody know who Mickey Truth is. She's the queen of paperwork. She's been doing her thing a lot lately in these YouTube screens, making a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can subscribe to her channel too. But it was me, Music, and Mickey up there for Triple Threat Friday. Music has this show that he does on his platform every Friday called Triple Threat Friday. And he invited me up and I came up. And then when and him and Mickey invited me up to talk about the Melly case. And they had this alternate theory of what if it was a drug deal gone bad. And we entertained the idea of what if it was a drug deal? What if it was other parties there? And what if Melly did not do it? What if it was the other party that did it? And we walked through it. You know what I'm saying? It was like a thought experiment, if you want to say, you know what I'm saying? And we walked through it and we discussed it and see how did it fit with the facts of the case that we do know. And we just was, just discussing that theory. Mickey was breaking it down and walking us through it step by step by step. And we were just having, a little brainstorming experiment, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to figure out alternate, realities of what may have happened, you know what I'm saying? Because truth be told, we feel like Melly did it. I still feel like Melly did it. I would bet money that Melly did it, knowing what I know. But truth be told, we don't 100% have proof that he did it. I'm 99.99999% sure that he did it. Me personally, just my opinion though. But do I know for 100%? No, I don't. So we were just having a thought experiment and doing that right. So AK popped up and came up on the channel. They pulled him up, and he got into the whole thought experiment with us, and it was interesting. It made for good content. It made for it made for like a great pushback. Mickey would give these scenarios, and then AK would push back, or maybe I would push back a little bit, or some shit we would agree upon, and it was cool as hell. It was cool as hell. And in the process of that, AK just pretty much just broke it down. He's like, "Hey, Marita, I know that he said I'm mad at you. He said, I know that me and you ain't, we ain't seeing eye to eye, but maybe I did say something to, piss you off or whatever he said. But I know that from watching you that I could tell that you're a good hearted dude, and you know what I'm saying? I could get past it." And in the middle of him saying what he was saying, I just cut him off because I realized that as men, it take a lot for men to actually say what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Especially to somebody that he don't really know like that. He only know me off the internet. You feel what I'm saying? So he don't really know me like that. For him to say that, I just wanted to like jump in and let him know how I felt, because me being quiet while he doing all that talking, he won't know exactly how I felt. So I just jumped in and I apologized to him or whatever. And he accepted my apology. And it was cool. It was cool, you know what I'm saying? And he even said, he said, "Look, Marita," he said, "let me tell you something, man. Sometimes," he said, "man, when people got you fucked up, they got you fucked up." He said, "I'm with you." He said, "I do the same shit you do." He said, "I done went at the whole internet." You feel what I'm saying? And he kind of understood, he kind of respected it, but he also he watched these videos, bro. He watched my lives, and I appreciate him for doing that. But so he done listened to me talk enough to know that I be meaning well. You feel what I'm saying? That I do be meaning well. And I ain't a malicious, nasty type motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I just sometimes get, if I get into that mode, sometimes I'm gonna talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of understood that. he ain't take offense to anything that I said. And we moved past that, and it was a beautiful moment. Shout out to Anonymous One. Anonymous was right there witnessing it happen in real times. And so what I did was I screen recorded the part of the live to where me and AK settled our differences, and I posted a video of it on my channel. So if you ain't seen it yet, y'all can go check it out or whatever. But yeah, me and him good. Um, I'm glad that we good. You know what I'm saying? It's never my intention to beef with anybody. I just say certain shit when I see certain shit going down. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I always been. I swear I would have been like a civil rights person back in the days or something like that. I wouldn't have made a good slave. They would have killed me instantly because I'm gonna stick up for the little person. I'm gonna stick up for shit that I see that ain't right. I do this shit at work. Like, I ain't gonna care. Anytime I see, like, I see some shit going down that ain't right, ain't fair to the people who work in this shit, I speak up. I don't give a fuck. I could be a regular worker. I'm still gonna speak up because I know how to speak and I know how to say it. I don't talk like this when I'm talking to the bosses and all. I know how to say it to where, you know, it's professional. You know what I'm saying? And I make sure that I have grounds for my complaints and stuff like that there. You know what I'm saying? Now, do it change stuff? Sometimes it don't, but it don't matter to me. What matters to me is well, I do want to change, but what matters to me is that we're just not gonna sit by and watch and let this stuff happen without somebody doing something. And I'm the type of person that I'm gonna jump out there and be at the front line and I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some other people are afraid to lose their job, or some people are afraid to speak up, or afraid to get lynched, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or you know, afraid to get sprayed by the water hose or get beat by the police. But nah, not me. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go out on my shield. So that's kind of like how I am. But yeah, we settled our differences. That thing was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, so shout out to King AK-47, man. Y'all go subscribe to his channel, man. Shout out, it's Aaron's Way. Yo, Teresa Quinn said that was a great the weekend y'all had. Appreciate it. Yo, that was cool, man. Yeah, and that's why I say y'all need to follow me on my Instagram, because my Instagram is it really was a personal Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I don't the reason why I've been telling y'all to subscribe to that Instagram, because I want to revamp that Instagram in a little bit, and it's gonna still have personal stuff on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my interactions, part of my personal life, but I'm gonna turn it into like Marita Boy with some of this content, but mixed in with some of my personal stuff too. That way you can see my life, and you can see some of the things that I be doing, people I be with, the places I be moving around, and things of that nature. So that's why y'all got to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Marita Boy 1, MERITABOY with the number 1, Marita Boy 1. You know what I'm saying? Because if you would have been following me on Instagram, you would have saw a lot of what I did this weekend. I mean, going out to eat, fishing with my son, cracking jokes. I even went to the hood. I went to the hood, chilled in the hood for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? With some of my partners. You know what I'm saying? It was a pretty decent weekend, and that's kind of and I'm thankful for that weekend. Thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? I had a chance to spend it with my children and family. Um, but it also, I was tired. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, know I work 2 jobs. Like, I gotta go work tonight. I gotta leave at like I gotta be working at 2 a.m. So I was gonna do this live and get this out. You know what I'm saying? Because it had been a little bit since I had got with you guys. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. But I be tired a lot. Like I got off the day and I slept all day. I slept till like 7 or 8. Then I got up and I cooked, and I said I'm gonna do this live for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have to work one of my jobs tonight. So I got a little time to get some rest and some time to do these lives. And I need to actually get back doing these the videos as well. But I'll be so damn tired. But that ain't no excuse. I'm finna crank back up here on y'all. So y'all bear with me. But it's really my work schedule that's been kind of draining my energy a little bit, to where I ain't been cracking these lives and these videos out like I need to. But that's no excuse. I'm finna crank back up anyway, because you know what I'm saying, you got to go hard for what you want in life. You know what I'm saying? Anything worth having is you got to work for it. Nothing is given. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just getting back to that, get my mindset and my body situated back to that, because it takes a little minute to put those videos together. It takes about an hour or so for me to edit them and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. and I be so damn sleepy. You know what I'm saying? I be like, damn, let me go sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't get no sleep, then I'm gonna be tired. Because I work maybe like I work every bit about 15, 16 hours a day. I'm probably going away from my house 17, 18 hours out the day most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Except for the days that I don't work two on my job. So, but I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Suntavia Kane. Um, Kenny say, sorry, mom, duty call. Hey. Okay, so look, we finna get into the Cup Wars. They did some video. They did some interesting videos on this. Melly's also accused of smuggling drugs inside of the Broward County jail. We're gonna go over that, and we also gonna go over that this new state attorney name is Boutros is trying to introduce the tampering with witness charges into this new murder trial, the second murder trial for YNW Melly, and what we think what we think the outcome and the impact of that will be on Melly and on the trial if the judge allows that to come into the new double murder trial. It's interesting, y'all. Very interesting. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me though. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. We finna get into it real quick here. And if y'all ain't subscribe to the Cup Boys, go subscribe to the Cup Boys, man. The Cup Boys be having some. I don't know who the Cup Boys know, but they goddamn sure know somebody. So I'm gonna say this too. You know, you got certain people on YouTube. Y'all know who they is. It ain't. You know what I mean? Fuck that. That nigga Spoon. I'm gonna say his name because I don't want none of my blogger homeboys or people who I'm cool with on YouTube to think that I'm talking about them. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about that nigga Spoon. You know what I'm talking about? This motherfucker be trying to say, oh, he the only person that be knowing shit and all of this. That's a damn lie, y'all. Listen, let me tell y'all something, dog. I don't lie to y'all, bro. I don't tell y'all no lies, bro. I lie to the judge, women, the police, and my lawyer. I told y'all this shit. I do not lie to y'all. I could be wrong, and I'll come back and I'll straighten out that I'm wrong, but I don't just straight up lie. I ain't no lying motherfucker like that. You know what I'm saying? I take my credibility very seriously. Listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. It was times before, because I the one who put him on YouTube. I the one who made him, coached him to get on YouTube. He didn't want to get on YouTube at first. He wanted to just tell me shit behind closed doors, and then I would tell, you know what I'm saying, the people. Now, I would also double check what he told me because I have a lot of family in that area. See, this is what he didn't know because he may not be cool with some of the other people that's giving me information. You see what I'm saying? And he suspected one time, he was like, oh, man, you getting the information from your cousin? Juvie didn't mess with your cousin. Man, fuck all that. I'll be like, no, I ain't getting it from them. I tell his ass a lie. I'll be like, no, I ain't getting it from him. But I be getting it from a lot of people. Bro, I even got like a friend girl that I used to talk to that lived down there. You know what I mean? Like me, I used to like not date, but we did date a little bit, but it wasn't nothing physical. We just started dating and we kind of broke it off. But she even from down there, she even give me information from down there. She friends with Juvie mama, all of them, the aunties and all of them. She know all of them. So when they go on Facebook and they go to doing all kind of little crazy talking shit, she hit me up. Hey, look, you seen this on Facebook today? Screenshot it, send it to me. Like, I got cousins. Send screenshot, send shit to me. Like, so he wasn't my only source. So, but he was telling me shit behind closed doors. And I was keeping his identity incognito because he didn't want to have no backlash from the community from the stuff that he was saying. Plus, he told me some that the lawyer had said something to him about giving interviews and statements or whatever. That's why I had stopped even doing the clips to the interview. I still got 8 hours of interview that I am gonna drop. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just been, you know what I'm saying, busy, but I'm finna start clipping it up and dropping it so people can see exactly what he was saying when I was interviewing him about the situation, about the case, right? But anyway, it was times where I would tell him certain things that I learned from the internet or from some of you guys, and he wouldn't know it. He wouldn't know it. Now, once I would bring it to his attention, you know, he might go check and be like, oh, dang, that's for real. But he wouldn't know it. He had never saw the Ace Hood documentary until I put him up on Ace Hood documentary. Now, the guy that put the Ace Hood documentary together did come to him when he was putting it together and asked him to be a part of it, but he turned it down. So he didn't know what the end result of it was. He didn't know, like he hadn't saw it at all. I saw it, and I put him up on it. You guys, some of you guys had saw it. It was some of that information in there, that Ace Hood documentary. He did not even know. So it's funny to me that when the news broke about his transgressions, and we all know what he's alleged to have done with his sick, nasty ass. When that broke, he went on his live and he was saying all this shit about, oh man, I don't even like YouTube like that. I'm finna get his YouTube channel to my wife or my son. Somebody said we're gonna get a YouTube channel too. I knew that was a motherfucking lie. I tell y'all, man, all y'all gotta do is listen to him. He will contradict himself in the same goddamn statements that he be making. Now you went from that to now you is all on YouTube telling people to not listen to none of the other bloggers but you. But you didn't give a damn about YouTube. No, what happened was once I coached him see, first of all, he's a clout chaser. I'm gonna just keep it real. I know him, y'all. I know y'all might not know him, and it's not hating. I'm gonna tell you real talk. Just put it this way: you watch for yourself. Just go watch for yourself. I ain't hating on him. Go watch for yourself, and I want you to really listen and watch how he contradict and lie in the same goddamn lies. If you just got to listen, just take the muffs off your ears and just listen. But anyway. Now it's done turned from you. First it turned from, oh, you ain't really, you ain't on it. He said YouTube was my dream. I'm trying to tell y'all. Remember, he's like, that's YouTube ain't my dream. That's my real boy dream. He wanted, he tried to use me and all that. Look, I ain't fucking with him now. Why is he still on YouTube? Because he enjoys the shine. He enjoys the light. You hear, Law and Crime gonna give me another interview. How you like me now? All that. Bruh, he's enjoying this. He always was this person. He always was the type of person that enjoys clout. You know what I'm talking about? Like the shine of it. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's not about his son. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I got a son. I'm not gonna say that. But what I'm saying is, he goddamn surely enjoying the attention. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell because he's now saying, don't listen to no other YouTubers but him. Listen to what he's saying. He's saying, don't listen to nobody but me. I want all y'all to just listen to me, Chica. Me, Chica. He is getting consumed by the internet clout monster because he already had a little monster inside anyway. We know he got a couple monsters inside. He got that nasty lust demon inside of him too, from what that paperwork said. You know what I'm saying? But he also got that me, I want to shine type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what y'all seeing. Just pay attention to it. Just pay attention to it. If you listen to the lies, the man lied. The man said that he don't watch nobody YouTube. He said he watched First Take, Undisputed, shit like that. There, right? And in the very next paragraph, he goes to telling y'all the things that people done said on YouTube. Because he be watching. He watches my channel to this day. I know he watch because I can tell the things that he says. He watched this channel. He watched AK. He watched all of the people who making content on the case. But he said he don't watch it. So the same people who he's saying telling y'all don't watch, he watching them. See what I'm saying? That's a fucking lie. I just want y'all to understand what y'all dealing with. He's very good at manipulative lies. But if you just let him talk, you don't got to even interrupt him. Just let him talk and you will catch the lies. That's how you know this is a lying motherfucker. Because when a motherfucker telling the truth, it's gonna be the same story and it's gonna line up. See what I'm saying? Every time the story gonna be the same. But when somebody lying, the story gonna change because they're not gonna remember every lie that they told. So I'm not saying he don't know certain shit. I'm not saying that. But I'm gonna say this. He ain't got shit. He don't know shit compared to the internet. Like he know personal shit. What the man was like growing up. You know, maybe some conversations that was had behind closed doors and shit like that. But as far as like the shit what the police know, the shit what the state know, the shit what they doing, he ain't no better source than any of you guys. You see what I'm saying? Like he can't beat the internet. Trust me. He's one man, he got a job, he do this, he do that. Nigga, on the internet, you got motherfuckers, hundreds of thousands of people, 24/7, digging up information, going to the clerk of courts, looking at the what's the name, bro. And the reason why I said that, because I want to segue into the Cuff Boys. Bro, the Cuff Boys have information damn near before anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like they very good at having the information ahead of time. I don't know who they know, but the Cuff Boys be on their shit. We was speculating who was the person that Melly and Portland tamper with. We did this for a day or so, right? Spoon didn't know that. He didn't know exactly who it was. He may have had a thought, but he didn't know. Nigga turn on the goddamn YouTube. Cuff Boys got the whole statement up there and everything. So you could go watch him if y'all want to listen to some stories about when they was young or when they was coming up and stuff like that. Yeah, he probably knows some of that. But I'm talking about like if you listen to him for like the facts of the case, he's gonna give you a biased opinion. Like I heard him say something about the phone, right? He said, and I'm gonna show I'm gonna show you the difference between him and me. He'll sit here and say he don't watch me, right? Then turn around and say something I said or say something somebody else said. That shows you it's a lie. I never said that I never watched this shit. So I can sit here and tell you shit that I heard him say and not be telling a motherfucking lie. See, that's a fucking liar to y'all. He's a fucking liar. Now, check this out. I heard him say something about Jamie Phone. He said that them getting the phone, I want to get it right. He said them getting the phone pretty much is nothing. The way they got the phone, talking about when Moretti took Jamie phone, the way he took it, he was saying that the rest of the phone evidence, like the other phones that's connected to her account, don't get thrown out, right? And that situation what happened with the phones ain't gonna have no impact on the case. This is bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm not saying that the other evidence will or won't get thrown out. But the point I'm trying to make is being that Moretti illegal search and seizure that phone from that lady by not having a BSO officer in the room with her is grounds to get that phone evidence thrown out. I'm talking about her phone. Now, the reason why it's important is because you now have Moretti doing something illegal. It is a crime. If a police come and take your shit without a search warrant, that's theft. He twisted this lady arm, so she say, that is battery. You took her personal property. That is strong arm robbery. You did it without a gun. These are crimes, right? So you now have the lead detective in the case committing crimes while trying to obtain evidence in said case. That does have an impact on the case. That will have an impact on the case. And I'm going to show you how to have an impact. If you mark my words, when this trial goes on, if Moretti touches that stand, Melly's attorneys are going to bring this up. Why are they going to bring this up? Because they want to make Moretti look like he is a shady police officer, that he would do illegal shit. He will lie and say that and do anything that he can in order to convict someone that he suspects of doing a crime. And you mean to tell me that ain't gonna have no impact on the case? When we saw O.J. Simpson beat his case solely, a lot got to do with that. Detective Mark Furman was painted as a racist and a crooked cop by Johnny Cochran successfully. And O.J. Simpson ended up beating a double murder case that we pretty much all believe that he did. But if you listen to Spoon, none of that don't matter. So when you listen to some people, man, you got to realize that you're getting biased opinions, right? And I'm gonna say this too. I never wanted the split to happen. That nigga just did some sick ass shit that I couldn't I can't rock with you no more. You know what I'm saying? With that. But I'm glad that it happened. God worked in mysterious ways. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because with all of this new Brady violations and things that the state and Detective Moretti are involved in, it would have been a little difficult for me to even entertain these, to speak about or to entertain these situations with him being a part of this platform, because it's his son that is a victim, and me and him was cool at the time. So I wouldn't have wanted to offend him by entertaining these um, issues, and it would have somewhat censored my opinion when it came to, do I think that Melly has grounds for appeal and all of that, right? So God worked in mysterious ways. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, I have fucking daughters. You see what I did? You see what I did when at the party? When my daughter said, "Hey, Dad, it's time to go to bed," I took my black ass to bed. This nigga would have been up trying to do some sack chaser Dracula shit in the middle of the night with them little young ass girls. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I digress. There was another thing that he said I had on tip of my tongue. Damn, I can't remember. Oh, he said about the appeals, right? He said that appeals ain't automatic and this and that there, and appeal take years and all of that there. That's why you got to listen. That's why you got to know a little bit, but you also guys got to listen to it, because it's easy for people to spin narratives. That's why you got to listen to shit with an objective mind and have your own little knowledge and think and facts about certain shit. That shit he was saying was a bunch of bullshit, bunch of nothing. Yes, appeal is not guaranteed. That's not what, and yes, an appeal takes years, right? We're not talking about that, player. We talking about the fact that these situations, Melly's rights have been violated. For a fact, this is fact. His right to due process has been violated. Fact. His constitutional rights have been violated. Fact. Right? This is a fact. We saw this happen in front of us. This happened. Every attorney on the internet, the lead attorney, the lawyer, Bruce Rivers, everybody agrees, and anybody with common sense see what happened. We saw Christine Bradley and them cover it up. We saw the Brady violations. We saw the scenario where Moretti said that it was told the officer to lie and say he was in the room. We got a fucking 20-year veteran state attorney in public corruption. Ms. Boutros got on the stand and risked her career and gave us the facts as to what happened. So we got all of this, right? He said, so Spoon said that these appeals ain't automatic. They got to grant them and all that. Listen, let me tell y'all something. It's people who got less proof that their rights been violated, or their right to due process been violated, or their constitutional rights been violated, and they win appeals. You have people that's in jail that don't have a lawyer. They go to the law library. It's criminals who beat appeals. That's all they do. They sit in the law library. They call jailhouse lawyers. You got some of the smartest people I have ever met in this world been in jail. Trust me. Trust me. Them motherfuckers can make shit, all kind of arts and crafts shit. They very smart business people, everything. You'd be surprised at how smart people are in jail when they don't got nothing to do but think and read and shit like that, right? Melly has high power attorneys. Oh, this is another thing he said. He said, oh, when Melly case is over, those lawyers their part in this case is done. He got to file appeals lawyers. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, he gonna hire some appeal lawyers. What the fuck you think finna happen here? Like, yeah, you right. Yeah, he gonna hire some appeal lawyer. So you mean you think this man you think with all of this shit that's happened, you think this man just finna take that conviction if he get a conviction? You think he's just gonna take that conviction and not finna file an appeal when it's his life in jeopardy and he still got some more money? Get the fuck out of here. Man, listen, that man gonna hire him some appeals attorneys, just like he just hired these new good attorneys that he just hired, and he gonna get the appeal rolling. And then what's gonna be the grounds for the appellate court or Florida Supreme Court, or even let's say it get denied all the way up to the United States Supreme Court. The point is, he has great reason for a new trial or either his conviction to get overturned. You got a dirty police at the center of it, and you got a dirty DA's office at the center of it. And you got Brady violations. You got the state attorney that was prosecuting him kicked off the case, and now she is a fucking witness in the same fucking case. That don't even never happen, and it happened to him. And he high profile, and he got money. And high power attorneys. So he has a great chance for an appeal due to what injustices that happened while they was trying to convict him. Now, will his appeals get granted? I don't know. That's yet to still be seen. But what I'm saying is, he tried to make it like, oh, once he get convicted, he might not get an appeal. Bullshit. That shit gonna get in front of them judges. It might not. And that's another thing. He was like, oh, it might take 10 years. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, it might take 10 years. We ain't nobody talking about how long it's gonna take. What we're saying is whenever they file an appeal, at some point his case is going to go in front of judges, and they're gonna look it over and they're gonna make a decision. And if they deny it, then he still has other courts that he can appeal his case to in order for them to give him a favorable outcome. It is cases that get appealed to the appellate court and get denied. Then they get appealed up to the state court and get overturned. You got cases that made it from the appeals court, the state Supreme Court, all the way to the all the way to the United States Supreme Court. Them cases got denied all the way up to the top. And then when they get to the Florida State Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court say appeal granted. This happens. And all we was trying to say was it's a possibility with being what we saw go down in this case. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna read some of y'all comments. Harper say, keep that out. Lost your child. You sound crazy. You could. Hey, I'm gonna entertain you real quick, Harper. First of all, I know the nigga. You don't even know this man. You sound crazy as fuck coming up here and defending him. But I'm gonna break it down to you, and I can tell you ain't that smart. So you think that since he lost his child, that I should give him a pass for molesting his daughter? Yeah. I didn't want to question. So you saying since his child was murdered, I should give him a pass for molesting his daughter? Yeah, Harper, I want you to talk. So, and I'm gonna keep saying this. So you saying since his child was murdered, I should give him a pass for molesting his daughter. Yeah, I want y'all to let that marinate for a second. Just let that marinate. I'm gonna say it again. So you saying since his child was murdered, I should give him a pass for molesting his daughter. See, it don't work that way because just like Christine Bradley and them is wrong for the shit that they doing to Melly in his trial, even though I feel like Melly guilty, Spoon wrong as fuck too. You want us to give, well, me, I don't get, you can do what the fuck you want to do, but I ain't. You want me to give you a pass for molesting your daughter because you had a tragedy in another part of your life? No, nigga. You got me fucked up. Nigga, you wrong. Melly wrong. Christine Bradley wrong. All of them wrong. Ain't no passes given. None. Not for that type of shit. I could have gave a nigga a pass and killed somebody. Nigga, you fucking molested your own daughter whose mama was dead. That girl mama dead, nigga. You the only parent she got. Fuck, nigga. And what you do? You take advantage of her innocence. The only person that she probably feel like she could trust or she felt like she could trust, this is her daddy. And he did that to her. So fuck you, Harper. You sick bastard. Know what I'm saying? Rest in heaven the sack chaser. Rest in heaven the juvie. Lady Justice gonna get them justice. But I ain't condoning now, motherfucker, for doing nothing like that. Fuck that nigga. God got him. I ain't got to worry about him. God got him. Y'all just sit out and watch him. See, some people are so short. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna just say this. Some people are so short-sighted. And I can tell y'all, you, Harper, was on the short bus. And you might have some of that shit going on in your past. You might be a panty sniffer. You might be out there sniffing little kids' bicycle seats or swing seats at the playground. That's why you might be taking up for that type of shit. You sick bastard, you. But I'm not giving now, motherfucker, no pass for that. It could have been Jay-Z. It could have been Obama. It could have been anybody. I don't give no fucks, nigga. I love children. And if you pay attention, I'm not no motherfucking hypocrite. I'm riding for the injustices that happen to them children, and I call them children because they could have been my children. Juvie, sack chaser, and I'm riding for the injustice that happened to Spoon daughter. The only difference is the motherfucking criminal in these cases. But wrong shit happened to both of them. You a dumb motherfucker if you gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, we gonna give him a pass because his son died," but we gonna give him a pass even though he molested his own flesh and blood daughter. You sick bastard. Y'all some sick bastards, boy. The people who think that way, you know what I'm saying? For real. Fuck you mean. So y'all must be saying, fuck his daughter did, huh? What happened to her? That's fine, huh? Y'all some sick motherfuckers, dog. God watching though. God watching y'all. God is watching y'all. Y'all sick, dog. Y'all sick, boy. For real. And the way he beat that shit, the paperwork, if y'all ain't seen it, is on my community wall. Just scroll down. It's right there. It's because the same way that they illegal searched and seized Jamie's phone is the same thing they did to him. But when they got the phone, the pictures of his naked daughter was in that phone. with a pillow over her head and her clothes pulled down. She leaned back on the bed with her clothes pulled down to her ankles. And he would take the pictures of her, just like she told the police. So if he was framed, how did the pictures get in his phone? I would have gave him a pass if the pictures not have been there. I could have maybe felt like they framed him. But when I read that paperwork and them pictures was in that phone, like that girl said, that's why they took the phone. Because they wanted to get the phone because the girl said the pictures was there. They used the pictures to prove the girl's story. So, hey man, I don't know what school y'all went to or how y'all comprehension level is. He ain't got to get convicted on that one. When I seen them motherfucking pictures was in that phone, guilty. Guilty. It should not be, them pictures should not be in your phone, sicko. All these women out here, you do that shit to your daughter, and her mama was dead, y'all. The girl mama is dead. You got to be a cold motherfucker to even do that to your child, but also to do that to her and her mama dead. The girl mama was dead. Man, I digress, y'all. I keep it going on. You know what I mean? So, y'all listen, bro. A bitch ain't gonna, when I know what's right, a bitch can't shake me off of that. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I told you I'm a leader. I'll be alone. Being a leader sometimes means being alone. It ain't have to be now, motherfucker, on God's green earth that agree with me. I agree with me. And I know the man upstairs agree with me. So this shit right here is just where we at now. This ain't our final place, y'all. It's after this. It's what's happened after this. He gonna get his karma in this life too. But I'm saying, when we go on to that other place, when you got to go in front of whoever you believe, the big guy upstairs, and he sit and he see this fuck shit you done did, like that. All right, they got a special kind of hell for a motherfucker like that. So y'all better be careful here. Those I'm talking about Harper, people who condoning or trying to throw a blind eye or trying to give him a pass for that type of shit. How are you gonna ride for what happened to Juvie and not ride for what happened to the little girl? Oh, so you care whether somebody get murdered, but you don't care whether somebody get molested. Y'all better grow the fuck up out here, man. That nigga need to be in a cell right beside Melly. But God got that. You know what I'm saying? I gave y'all the information for y'all to choose. It's a free country, a free world. You got a free life. You got a free will. Choose what you want to choose. But I'm gonna just say this: you better pay attention. Don't get pulled. Don't let the devil pull you down in that pit with him by you going with the crowd or you having these immoral shit going on to where you condone that type of shit, because this life ain't forever. Same motherfuckers talking that shit got daughters, sisters, aunties, and mamas, grandmamas. But if somebody did that shit to your daughter, or did that shit to your sister, or did that shit to your mama, your niece, your grandmama, your auntie, you'll be ready to go kill them then, wouldn't you? People gotta grow up, man. People gotta grow up, man. But anyway, we're gonna play the Cuff Boys, man. I said my piece, and I'm happy with it, and I'm not even upset. And I ain't even blocked that sucker. For real, hit that like button, y'all.
Into the Broward County Jail. This inmate also says that Melly was selling it to other inmates in the jail. In jail call transcripts between Cortland Henry and Terrence Mathis show Mathis talking too much and Cortland telling him to shut up. Yeah, jury selection resumes on Monday, but I found this arrest report of Terrence Mathis, one of the inmates, and it has these details that just blow my mind. I'm just baffled at how dumb of decision-making Melly could be doing if this is true, but here we go. Hey, subscribe, let's get it. All right, so here's when Terrence Mathis got booked in Broward County. He was already in jail, obviously, for a while. file, but this is just a new charge. And it starts talking about what happened with the witness tampering right here with Jamel. Detective Garrett Steele was assigned to this investigation regarding witness tampering in September of 2023. So only a month ago. September of 2023, Detective Danny Polo, the guy with the mask, became involved in the criminal case regarding Jamel Demons in February of 2022 and contacted to review documentation to determine whether or not Demons was a criminal gang member. Separately, Detective Danny Polo had previously conducted an investigation to James Howard. James Howard is currently incarcerated at the Broward County Main Jail and has been in custody since October 28, 2020. Conspiracy to commit racketeering. Detective Polo periodically monitors the jail calls of James Howard. There's 2 inmates involved, Terrence Mathis and this James Howard guy who's in there for some RICO. This detective listens to his jail calls. Each inmate has a assigned particular number and PIN code to access the recorded and monitored jail phone system. Jamel Demons does not have phone privileges due to disciplinary actions while in custody. So he hasn't had any phone privileges, I think, for years, since like 2019. Like when he first got arrested, it got taken away from him pretty quickly for doing something. Polo, while monitoring the calls of James Howard, heard discussions about Howard communicating with Mr. Demons and passing messages. These phone conversations then led to Polo requesting in August of 2023 Broward County Sheriff's Office Detention Communication Supervisor to provide any and all call details from James Howard for the previous 12 months, as well as outgoing calls. Known girlfriend of Jamel Demons prior to his phone privileges being suspended, there were hundreds of calls to this individual. There were calls to a Travis, Melly's manager, and Cortland Henry. Terrence Mathis made more than 60 phone calls to Cortland Henry between March of 2023 and August. 60 phone calls. It's like 2 or 3 a week, right? Mathis is currently awaiting trial for first-degree murder. That's great. Demons developed a sophisticated system to communicate with individuals. Oh, wow.
Okay, so when we first heard about Melly's temporary charges, we were baffled a little bit because we shout out Mickey Truth because Mickey Truth did bring this to my attention. You know, some of you guys might have already known, but I didn't know this, and Mickey Truth brought this to my attention by me watching one of her videos. Y'all go subscribe to her channel. She was saying that Melly didn't have phone privileges for a while. She even went over the paperwork as to discussing how Melly got his phone privileges took. Other inmates said that Melly had weapons, tried to snitch on Melly, said that Melly had weapons, shanks and such and stuff like this in his cell. I think it was weapons. Yeah, I think it was weapons. And they shook Melly's cell down. They found nothing but a bag of chips and a pencil. That stuck out to me as well because that means he didn't have no big commissary because it's a bag of chips. You know what I mean? But in lockdown, I know whenever I was in jail, and that was a long time ago, jail done changed since then, but we weren't allowed to make store orders in lockdown. You had to only eat the food that the jail bring you. Now, if you go to lockdown and you have a commissary, you can take it with you, but once you eat it up, you are not allowed to make any more store orders. So that's one of the privileges that gets taken away from you. Now, I don't know if that's what happened to Melly, but they said that Melly only had a bag of chips and a pencil, and somebody with the resources and finances that Melly had, I would assume that he would have had like a room full of food and shit like that. So that leads me to believe that they probably are still restricting your store order orders if you are currently in lockdown. And so we understood, we was baffled as to how was Melly able to have a tampering charge if he didn't have any phone privileges and he had no visitations, and the only visitation he would get was with his lawyers periodically, right? And now we know Melly was actually sending kites, which is a kite is prison term or jail term for letters. It's a kite, like a flying kite. It's a kite. And what you do is you write whatever you want to happen on a piece of paper, and you could get the trustees to take it to the other inmates' doors. So say you're in a dorm and everybody locked down, right? You're in lockdown, everybody locked down, everybody in cell. In lockdown, everybody's in their cell. The only time you get to come out is 1 hour. I think 1 hour per day. When I was in there, I don't think we got to come out 1 hour per day. I think we came out Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to take a shower. And but it's different now. So anyway, I know it's 23 and 1. So you probably get 1 hour a day, right? So when you get that 1 hour a day, that's for you to get out your room, take a shower, probably walk around in the day room, but you're the only one out. Everybody else is still locked into their cells. Now they on their doors watching you or talking shit or saying whatever they saying to you. You know what I'm saying? And if someone slides you a note from under their door you can take that note, say somebody signed you a note from door 20. You can take that note to door 10, and it's a message from door 20 to door 10, right? Or it's a way, I never did it, but I done seen it where they could get like a pencil and they could tie a piece of yarn around it and they can throw it. They can throw that bitch under the door and that bitch will go to eventually they can angle it to where to go to the other door. And if it go to the other door, they could then pull the string and they'll pull the note under the door to the other cell. And then you could do that. You could continue to do that like a slinky all the way until you get to that note gets to the cell of the person that you want the note to get to. Or in jail, they have vents. The vents are AC vents, but they connect to each cell. So what we used to do is we could yell through the vents and you could talk to people. There's a show on Netflix called Jailbirds. And I seen where they would drain all the water out of the toilet and they would get a piece of paper or something to make a funnel and they would talk through the toilets. It's a show called Jailbirds. Just check it out. It's on Netflix. And they would talk through the toilets. Have I ever did it? No. But it's possible because all of that plumbing and all of that piping is connected, and you can actually hear very well. You know what I'm saying? You're like, hey, this June bug to cell 6, and he'd be like, yeah, this me. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all can talk, and if you talking that way, the COs can't hear you unless they close by the door. You know what I'm saying? But what they're saying Melly was doing, he was sending kites, and he also was yelling out the door, under the door, to whichever inmate that was on the phone. Now that's strange to me too, because all of the inmates in lockdown, none of them should have phone privileges. That's one of the privileges that get taken away from you. But how they describing it, one of the inmates was able to get on the phone. Maybe he had a cell phone. I don't know. But either way, they heard Melly yelling to the other inmate. And you got to remember, while all of this going on, the kites, the yelling under the doors, there's still cameras inside of that dorm. And they're recording everything. You know what I'm saying? They have an intercom in there. They can hear you talking in there inside the dorm. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit. They can hear you. So all of this is monitored. All of this is monitored. And if I had to guess, being that all of those inmates in there in Melly's section are in there for serious crimes. Melly's in there for a double murder. So you're gonna have people in there for murders. You're gonna have people in there for RICO charges, like you said, like high profile drug cases. You're gonna have people in there for gun charges, people in there for shooting people, shit like that. The worst of the worst are gonna be where Melly's at. You know what I'm saying? And the police and the corrections monitor those people. They monitor everybody in there because those guys may talk about their case and they can use whatever they're saying in there if they get recorded on those jail phone calls or if they talk to another inmate and divulge some of this crucial information involving the case. They could use that as evidence in order to secure conviction against the said individual who's actually being held in the jail for those crimes. So I'm assuming that all of them inmates that's in there, they monitor all the inmates, but probably particularly the ones who are in there for those serious crimes. You see what I'm saying? Now you got to think now, if they got Melly in a situation to where he can't communicate through the regular jail phone or visitation or something like that, they're gonna know. They're going to be able to streamline and know what modus operandi that he's going to be able to use to communicate. Just like I was able to narrow it down once Mickey Truth told us that he didn't have any phone privileges, and they gave him a tampering. Being that I'd have been in jail before, it was only a couple ways that I felt like he would be able to communicate with the outside world. Either he was going to be able to get another inmate to make a phone call and then the inmate tell the people on the other end of the phone what Melly wanted him to tell them, or either he would have to send a kite, which is a note, you know what I'm saying, or use a cell phone if some of them got cell phones in there, or either talk through the lawyers. You see what I'm saying? Because he can't get a visitation. And as we get more and more of this information, we find out that Melly was actually sending kites. He was actually using other inmates, Mathis and Howard, to relay messages to Portland. And these were on jail phone calls. And being that all of those phone calls are monitored, they was able to intercept the conversations between Terrence Mathis and Howard to Portland, and realized that Melly was sending the messages through them. This is why those other individuals are charged with witness tampering as well. But yeah, so I wanted to get through that though. Yeah, shout out to Teresa Quinn. Yeah. Go to my community wall, scroll down, and y'all can read the paperwork for yourselves. And I put it all up there. You can actually go to the Indian River County Clerk of Courts page and pull it up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But go to my page. If you don't want to do all that, just go to my community wall, scroll down, and all the paperwork on there. And you can read it for yourself.
So we got the camera stuff. So camera unit 5C, unit 2, August 21st, 2023, starting at 5:11 p.m., ending at 5:30. Demons is speaking to an inmate from cell 5C that was in the day room for his time out. During the conversation, you can notice Demons motions towards the adjacent unit, which is unit 5C3. The inmate who he was speaking to then points towards the same unit to confirm what Demons was referring to. Demons tosses what appears to be a note letter under his assigned cell door. Same inmate grabs what appears to be a note from the cell door. Same inmate tosses appear to be multiple notes, letters under the door that leads into Unit 5C3 day room. Demons appears to be instructing the inmate from cell 5C210 to call for someone adjacent. Inmate from 5C picks up a note and is seen speaking to Demons about it. Demons instruct him to toss it back to the adjacent 5C. Appears that it was one of his notes. Jesus, so like happens in high school classes or passing around notes, or at least only in movies. That doesn't really happen anymore. More talk about notes being passed around.
So you see, now we have it for a fact. So they got Melly on camera tossing the notes, which is called kite, in jail. Shout out SLK, something like Cloud TV. Yo, Inglewood. So we know. Now we know. The camera got Melly throwing the notes, which is called a kite. Slang term for a note in jail is called a kite. You slide the note under the door. It was an inmate that was out. So it's an inmate that's out for his 1 hour, right? The inmate picked the note up, and then the inmate tossed the note to another area. The other guy in the other area was the guy that Melly wanted to get the note to. See what I'm saying? The guy read the note. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This is how this goes. So that's what Melly did. He sent the kite. See what I'm saying? And then I guess they went and monitored that guy's phone calls, and they could hear him relaying the message that Melly had wrote on a note. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they got some of the notes too, but I could be wrong. But hit that like button. We're going to keep going.
Around right here at the top, and then Howard comes in the camera, view reading a letter, and walks towards the telephone to read the letter. Howard attempts to make a phone call. Howard pulls out notes to his left chest pocket, being on the phone, ends the call. So what they're implying is that James Howard got a note from Melly and called someone on the phone and said what was on the note. Our County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, so there it is. So they got the guy on camera getting the notes out of his pocket, the notes that they saw Melly throw under the door. Read the notes to whoever he was talking to on the phone. So if I'm assuming, if I'm thinking correctly, then they monitored that particular phone call from that guy, and now they know what the note said. This is how he gets the Shepherd charges.
He searched the cell of Terrence Mathis. The following phone books were recovered. They also further demonstrate individuals were using code words and false names to prevent law enforcement from uncovering the scheme. They had Bortland in there. Okay. Terrence Mathis placed a phone call with Cortland Henry. So this is a phone call with Cortland Henry right here. Tell you, blank, make sure she hood. Oh, Mariah or whatever. Tell her keep vibing in the Maybach like she been doing. Don't pop out this shit. Almost over with. I heard she supposed to be pulling probably cap though, but tell her. Cortland Henry says, man, no man. Tell him, man, shut the fuck up. Tell him to stop talking about that. Mathis, tell her to fall back. I ain't put this wild ass shit. Fall back. Henry, man, I ain't talking no more about that. Move on to the next one. Mathis, hold on. I gotta read the whole card. I don't know what to tell her. Keep doing what she's doing. Tell her I love her and I miss her so much. I'm going to eat her like some ice cream when I touch down.
So now we have Mathis reading the contents of the note to Bortland. And Bortland is telling him, hey, man, stop talking like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, letting him know, like, bro, we on the jail phone call, bro. Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? And Matt is like on some shit like, hey, man, I got to continue to read you what he told me to tell you because that's my job. My job is to read what Melly told me to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I had to assume, man, I think Mathis probably was getting paid. You know what I'm saying? To read that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't gonna count in jail. That's a risk you're willing to take. I ain't gonna even count. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Melly who's sending you this note to do. First of all, he got a bag. He popular. He famous. A lot of people might want to do it just because it's Melly, and then also he gonna pay you to do it. You know, as we done heard reports of Melly looking out for a lot of people in jail, paying for people lawyers, paying extortion fees, buying people's designer shoes, all type of shit. All of these stories done came out, but all of them say that Melly goddamn sure be paying good in there. So can you imagine you're an inmate in that motherfucker and you got a job to do and Melly gonna break you off a couple dollars to make these phone calls and you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna take that risk. Plus, especially if you're in that bitch, you know, and on some serious shit that you may feel like, hey, you know what I mean, Kate baked on your ass anyway. So man, fuck that. I might be about to catch life anyway. So what the fuck is this tampering charge? You get what I'm saying? What the fuck is that? Run that shit with the rest of the time I'm finna get, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing to lose. But anyway, now we know the evidence, how they know what Melly did, and the evidence that they got against him in the tampering charges. I'm gonna say this. From me just overlooking it, like from what this paperwork says, if it's true, yeah, that is a lot of strong evidence. They got you throwing the note under the door on camera. They got the inmate picking the note up, giving it to another inmate. They got the other inmate on camera taking the note out of his pocket, reading the note on the phone. Then they got the recorded phone call of the inmate to Bortland. And they got the inmate saying, hold on. I got to read what's the rest of us on this note. So he's admitting that it's a note. Wow. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button.
Melly did not write out that he's going to eat her like some ice cream and had his boys relay it to her on the outside while Cortland Henry's basically telling the guy to shut the fuck up and stop talking because Cortland knows it was probably recorded. What a disaster. But it's kind of funny that Melly wrote that. During this call, Mathis is trying to give directions to Cortland Henry about keeping Mariah away from court. Henry is obviously uncomfortable and does not want those directions being given over the recorded call. Henry already knows his job of keeping her away, and there's no reason to continue talking about her. Mr. Demons and Assistant State Attorney Christine Bradley exchange emails about scheduling a deposition. During the course of the conversations, Mr. Henry tells the in-custody messages to slow down, and at times they have to repeat the messages, and they describe specific emoji characters or even spell certain words in a particular way. Melly calls her ASAP Rocky's baby mama. Okay. The conversation.
So if you listen to what he was saying that Bortland didn't want them to continue to have that type of conversations over the jail phone. He realized that it was recorded, right? They even just said that he said that he understood. We don't got to keep talking about that. You ain't got to keep pretty much. You ain't got to keep telling me to keep make sure she don't go to court. I already know that's what I got to do because I already been doing that. So that's also an admission of that he's been tampering with her and he's been proactively doing whatever he, doing behind the scenes to keep her from coming to court. So now we know if what they say happened in this paperwork really happened, we know that it has been a constructive, concerted effort to keep this young lady from going to court. Whether it was monetary compensation involved or not, we can only assume. But we do know now that they have been conspiring to keep this young lady from going to court. From the note Melly wrote, from the recorded phone call, from Bortland, hearing Bortland on the other end. Now, I'm going to say this. Melly is dumb as a box of rocks. Everybody keeps saying he's dumb. I'm telling you this, but this is dumb. Ain't no way you supposed to be yourself handling this. This supposed to be a what's understood don't got to be explained situation. This supposed to be your guys on the outside doing this without you saying anything. Know what I'm saying? Like this is supposed to be known. Like you ain't supposed to say, hey, da 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 da. Like this, like that plan don't never change. The plan to keep the witness from coming to court don't never change. So he should not have ever had to reiterate that. That should have been already known. You feel what I'm saying? So for him to, you could tell he was maybe a little bit nervous or maybe a little bit unsure as to what was going, whether she had changed her mind or going to court or whatever, because he felt the need himself to reach out in order to make sure to that this was still going down, that she wasn't going to go to court, and let that be known to emphasize, hey man, make sure y'all keep her from going to court still. That was dumb as fuck. He was supposed to just, I'm telling you, he was supposed to just keep that, play that like, you know, like they're gonna do that. There's no other way for him not to. He can't have no visits or none of that there. If he unless he got a halfway crooked a lawyer who he could relay some of this information through. That's what I'd have been trying to hopefully be able to do, to see if I could get my lawyers to relay some of this shit to Track subliminally, like like, you know, maybe the lawyer tell Track, yeah, it's a good thing on Mariah you know, ain't going to court, man. You know, I just pray that she you know, continues to, you know, to not be cooperative. Wink wink, hint hint hint. And Track hear that, and Track, you know, understand that that's him saying through Melly, hey man, make sure she don't go to court. That's what I would have did, because we assume that Track paying for the attorneys. You know, he either, you know, hired them, so he would be able to have a talk with the attorneys as to what's going on with this case. You see what I'm saying? And Melly would be able to talk to the attorneys through attorney-client privilege. You see what I'm saying? And he ain't got to say it outright. He could just like insinuate, like, like, you know, veil it like that. And then when the Track meet with the lawyer, well, what's going on? Well, he was just talking. We were just talking like, yeah, he's glad that you know, maybe Mariah don't want to, you know, come to court. However you gonna put it, but put it in a way that you're not saying. Melly said to make sure that Mariah don't go to court, but you know what's understood don't got to be explained. That type of shit right now. But that's how I think he should have did it. But he fucked this up. And it also, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, y'all. I said this before. By Portland and Melly doing this together, it make me wonder, has Track distanced himself from Melly? Because these are the two guys that's involved in this crime. Neither one of them supposed to be having any contact with the witness. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Melly ain't supposed to be directing Portland to make sure Mariah don't go to court. And I want to say another thing here. If what they saying is true, we finna go down a rabbit hole here, conspiracy, a little bit. That is proof that Portland knows exactly what happened. This is proof that Portland knows Melly killed them. This ain't proof that Portland knew ahead of time, even though I think he did. That's my theory. But there's not proof of that. But it is proof that Portland knows Melly killed them. Because you are trying to keep Mariah Hamilton from going to court because she has information that's damning to Melly's case. If he innocent, then none of that would be, you know, she could let her come say what she want to say. It ain't no suppressing nobody. Hey, y'all come on in this motherfucker. Say whatever you want to say, because I ain't did a motherfucking thing. So this is kind of a little bit of smoking gun to lead us to believe that Portland definitely knows Melly killed them. Know what I'm saying? But we don't know for sure. I'm just saying. It make it's enough for you to assume that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing here. We just walking through it. What's going on here? I ain't been checking out the chat. Cody Lee said, what happens if the state setting him up like if Melly was passing notes, but it wasn't about the case, but dude throwing made up stuff in there, and that's why Butler say stop talking about that shit. I'm saying, but they got Melly throwing the notes under the door, and then they got the dude calling Portland. The dude don't know Portland. How would he get Portland's number and all of that there? Melly gave it to him. You see what I'm saying? You could, I mean, well, put it this way, I don't think the dude know Portland. I don't know that for a fact. I don't think the dude know Portland. So it looks like Melly is using that guy to relay a message to Portland. You see what I'm saying? So it fits. It lines up. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cody Lito. Shout out Terrence Lewis. Yo, y'all show Terrence some love in the chat. That's my guy from the streets. Shout out to SL came up with say on the work where the work tapping in. Y'all got to get out of here in about 2 hours anyway. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna keep going though.
Answer the message directed to the defendant's mother to tell her not to cooperate with law enforcement in regards to some supposed threats that she reported to counsel. Phone calls indicate that Henry is using an electronic means to communicate, such as another mobile device, tablet, or computer from within his apartment. So throughout the whole trial. Okay, yeah, we already knew that. Mathis, so what he wants you to do. Cortland, when I ask him if I find out how many bottles it takes for the sheet, Mathis, I got that part. I'm talking about his money ain't come. Henry, just tell him it ain't come on the 15th like it's supposed to, just waiting on it. I ain't getting that far, all right? That's it. Henry, make sure you tell him that shit's $300 a pop, the bottles. Okay, so this is where they start talking about drugs. Boys, here we go. Detective Steele and Detective Polo's experience working with investigations involving the introduction of contraband into jails and prisons. This conversation was immediately identified as the subjects conspiring and planning on how they would smuggle the narcotics into Broward County Jail. A common method of introducing narcotics into the jail is by sending paper that has been soaked or sprayed with narcotics in liquid form. Jesus. So Cortland, Henry, and Mathis were apparently talking about how to get this liquid form of drugs into the jail. That's just amazing. Detective Russell and Deputy Alvarez conducted an interview of a gang member being.
I paused it for a second, y'all. Hold on. I paused it for a second because I was reading this a little bit, and I see it say many of these drugs are substitute. I can't read that. It's like drug terms. You know how the drug names be crazy, and it say such as fentanyl. The Broward County has prior incidents of these narcotics laced papers being introduced to the jail in that form, books, letters, and legit and legal mail. Okay, so this makes me, because they said Melly wasn't able to get letters either, right? Now I'm gonna say this: in lockdown, you can get letters. So when I saw that he wasn't able to get letters, it was kind of strange to me. They say he could only get like postcards and stuff of that nature, right? He couldn't get actual letters. They open your mail before you get it. When you get your mail, it's open. You know what I'm saying? It's open. It's got a staple on it to close it back up, but it's open. They open it and they read that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so it was strange to me when they said he couldn't get no letters. Now I assume the reason why he can't get no letters is because they saw that they was attempting to introduce drugs into the jail system by having them soaked or laced or sprayed, the letters or paper sprayed uh with the drugs, and that's how we get them in. To be honest with you, that's pretty smart. I never saw the process to which the jail actually screens your letters. I always assumed that they had like uh dogs or something to be able to detect drugs, but I never seen it. That's something that as a jail prisoner you're not privy to. But evidently, they done figured it out, that it's possible to spray the letters or the paper, or soak them in a liquid form of the drug, and they will sometimes get through. And this is what they are alleging that Melly and Portland were doing or attempting to do. So
Was at Broward County Jail. The subject stated that Jamel Demons was controlling, facilitating the introduction and distribution of narcotics laced paper into the jail. The subject also stated that in the last 2 months, he had personally purchased narcotics laced paper from Jamel Demons. The subject stated that only inmates or demons floor currently have access to the narcotic. The subject stated that the narcotics laced paper was introduced in the jail in the mail form of legal documents from attorneys. Yeah, that's the bombshell. Someone snitched and the
hold on. Hold on here. Now this is serious here, y'all. Now, if I had to guess, I would guess that the state attorney is working overtime to get this shit investigated, to see who know what, possibly get some of these lawyers kicked off this case, or possibly get some charges filed against some of these attorneys. They're saying that Melly was introducing drugs into the jail system by soaking or spraying paper with the drugs or narcotics, and the paper that they were using were legal documents or papers from the lawyer. So this implicates the lawyer. See what I'm saying? Spoon didn't tell you that, did he? See what I'm saying? Cuff Boys told you that, didn't he? I told y'all, just listen to me, dog. If I tell you Easter tomorrow, just color the eggs. This is fact. This is proof here, y'all. I told y'all it, like, so you can listen to him for certain shit, but he don't know every fucking thing. He didn't know Melly was smuggling drugs into the motherfucking county through motherfucking soap paper that was legal documents, i.e., came from the attorney. See what I'm saying? So y'all continue to follow and subscribe to who y'all want to follow and to subscribe to get information on this Melly case, because not one source has all of this information. See what I'm saying? You got different people that got different perspectives, got different sources and different information on this case. This case is complex. It's all over the place. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of tentacles. You feel what I'm saying? I was able to contact one of the juvenile officers that was Melly's was in the program guarding Melly when Melly was in the program for the shooting by the high school. See what I'm saying? So it's different. It's different people that you can get information from pretending this case, but it's no one person that knows every fucking thing about this fucking case. You feel what I'm saying? Not on the YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? The only people that I know that know everything about this fucking case is Melly and probably Portland. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, cause them was the two motherfuckers that was there. You see what I'm saying? But everybody else, you know, we know certain things, and we know certain things that other people don't know. But if you keep listening to this nigga say that he the only one that knows shit, I just prove right here he ain't the only one that knows shit. Cause I didn't fucking know that Melly was smuggling drugs in the fucking county, spraying legal documents and shit like that. But the Cuff Boys did, and whoever told them. See what I'm saying? So just peep gang, y'all. But this is crazy, you know. So I guess they must chew up the paper. See what I'm saying? I don't know. But I guess, okay, so just imagine you got some paper and that bitch soaked with, I wonder what they soaking it with. They said fentanyl, such as fentanyl. What they putting? I wonder what they putting on this motherfucking paper. Let me think real quick here. What y'all think they putting on the paper? Get in the comment section. Let me know. What drug do y'all think they putting in liquid form and soaking these papers in? Heroin. Chicks say heroin. Manteca. What y'all think? Get in the comment section. I was thinking the same thing, Jer Cruz. Jer Cruz say, soak it in lean. That's what I thought, maybe lean. What y'all think? But the lien gonna turn the papers colors. Cannabis. Okay, too legit to quit. Say cannabis. Cannabis or Hun KC. Okay. What else y'all got? The lien gonna turn the paper pink, ain't it? J6 and Z say PCP. Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all something too. When a motherfucker in jail, they'll do any kind of drug. To be real with you. Like if a motherfucker in jail and they done did a wide range of drugs, you just want to get high. You'll do another one of motherfucking drugs. I'm telling you. I see motherfuckers in jail crush up the medical pills and snort them bitches to get high. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Teresa Quinn say, "Oh yeah, B no." I'm just saying. Terrence Lewis say, "Acid, acid a good one." You know what I'm saying? Damn. So that's what they doing though. CJ Cruz say, "I think it only have color in it if the lean is mixed right." Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Lean be green, purplish paint. That where they don't sell act no more. Act used to be like purplish pink. No, they gonna have color. I ain't never seen no clear color lean. What up, Dre 6100? Y'all show Dre some love in the chat. Shout out to Dre, man. Y'all show Dre some love in the chat. Y'all say, hey, what's up to Dre? Do me that favor. Hit that like button, y'all. Please hit that like button. Take a second of y'all time to hit that like button. I appreciate y'all, man. Please just hit that like button. But yeah, so Melly was soaking the paper in narcotics, whatever it was, and they were legal documents that came from the attorney. I got to believe that they are investigating these attorneys. They got to, because how do you get, okay, put it this way. If the attorney is bringing a legal document to Melly, that legal document came from the attorney's office. It's not like the attorney gave the legal documents to Melly Mama and then Melly Mama soaked them in some drugs and then gave back to the attorney. No, those legal documents, well, that may be what's happening, but I'm saying those legal documents should only go from the attorney to Melly. You know what I'm saying? Whether they get sent in the mail or whether the oh, that's what they doing. Oh, okay. I see what they doing. In my opinion, your mama can, okay, your mother can get a discovery. So just say, especially whoever hired the attorney can get the discovery. Put it that way. So say Track hired those attorneys for Melly. It's Melly money, but Track was outside free, and he went down to the lawyer's office. He hired them, right? He can get a discovery. Those attorneys can give him a discovery, right? So say he get the discovery, he get the discovery, and he soak it in narcotics, whatever they say, alleging that they soaked it in, right? Dry them out for a while, you know what I mean? You know, paper, you know how paper dry out. Dry it out for a while, repackage it, put it in a manila envelope, you know, stamp it, legal document, da-da-da, and send that shit in. That's how they doing it. It didn't necessarily have to come from the attorney. You get what I'm saying? The document originally came from the attorney, but they could have gotten the discovery. And I know this because me and my sister went down to the lawyer's office, and the lawyer gave my sister my nephew's discovery because my sister was the one that hired the attorney. You see what I'm saying? So whoever hired the attorney can get your discovery, and they can then take it, do whatever they do to it, soak it, and they could send it in themselves to the county. And if they send it in and they, you know, stamp it and have it looking, you know, manila envelope and legal documents, it's gonna look official. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna look official. Trey, I once say, don't seem like the murders even matter no more. It's a very strange sequence going on here. It is, man. I don't know what that is, Dre. Dre say, he say, I think they soaking it in Suboxone. I don't know what that is. You got me on that one now. Uh, Too legit to quit. KC say, what if they lying? That's a good one though. I mean, I'm trying to think of, because it's okay. Put it this way: if Melly is bringing in the drugs, right? What are drug charges at? What are charges? They got boosted for bringing in marijuana and shit or whatever when he was in jail. Whatever he was bringing in something, he got a charge for that. He even said that on Vlad TV when he was in jail for that time. So maybe they only have the inmate saying that Melly did it. So okay, here we go. This is gonna be one of them witnesses, y'all. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that those 22 new witnesses that the state is bringing into this case, some of them are gonna be people that's gonna be inmates, because they say 10 of them is inmates. Some of them inmates gonna be inmates that's gonna be testifying to this type of shit too, I believe, or they're gonna have knowledge of it. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna be testifying to probably saying, "Oh, I know what they're gonna do." You gotta think the inmate that Melly sent the letter to, that he gave the letter to read to Portland, he read the letter, so he knows. So that's like an admission of guilt. That's just like Melly telling him that he killed him. They'll put police inside of jail and fake like they inmates in order to get information. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be in that bitch in a cell, just like you, looking like you. You know what I'm saying? They'll be in that bitch for months, weeks, however, and just hoping to befriend you so that, or overhear you having conversations so that, they can go back and report to the state attorney or the police and tell them, yeah, I heard Melly said that he did it. This is why he did it. We was all sitting at the day room. We had a conversation. He said this and that, right? So I'm assuming that some of these people, these inmates, are going to testify to the little bit that they know that can insinuate that Melly did this, or could signal that Melly did this. You the guy that got the note that Melly gave you. Melly dumb as fuck. Bro, listen. Do you know how many people know Melly killed these people, bro? It got to be over 30, 40 people, dog. All right, let me do it. Let me do a conservative estimate. It's every bit of 20 people legit that know Melly did this. Fredo Bang, the girlfriend mama, the girlfriend daddy, Jamie, Portland, the dude that gave the note, Trayvon Glass, Adrian Davis, who else? Shit, all the boys that was in the car, all them boys that was in that Mitsubishi, no. John Tavis Withers, Jacoby Mills, all of them. Then you want to get to the rappers, King Von, he did, but Lil Durk, probably Bezu, probably know by now. I'm just saying, like, just think of all the people, the loose ends that Melly got going on. Just think. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Yeah, Mr. Clean Enter says inmate trying to call home. That's for sure. CJ Cruz say he feel like they basically backed Mariah and her mom into a corner where they have no choice but to tell the truth. Okay, so shout out to King AK47. If y'all go watch that Music 101 live that we did the other night when me, AK, and Mickey Truth was on the panel, AK said something to this effect. He said that he actually talked to Mariah Hamilton's father, and he is the one who Mariah Hamilton's father told him that they had got his daughter. So between the time that Mariah Hamilton did that law and crime interview, and now she has been uh apprehended by the police. He said the next day he asked Mickey to look up Mariah Hamilton's warrant, and she didn't have a warrant anymore. And if you remember now, Mariah Hamilton said she would come in and tell the police everything they wanted them to know. They wanted to know if they would remove the warrant. So AK is saying that he talked to the daddy. The daddy told him that the police had his daughter. And he said after that, that's when all these witness tampering charges and all of these dominoes started to fall. So AK's theory is that Mariah Hamilton did snitch out Melly between that law and crime interview and now. And that's how these witness tampering charges and all of this stuff is being divulged, because she done told it. That's what he said. He said it on the platform, so he said it publicly. So that's why I'm discussing it, because he said it publicly. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all want to go see, just go check out the last Triple Threat Friday live on Music 101's channel. Start about the 3 hour 20, 3 hour 15, 320. But I start about 320 mark or something like somewhere up in there. Nah, probably about 3:15. Start about 3 hour 15 minute mark. And when AK get on there, and you can hear him talk about all of this. But he said he was in close contact with the daddy, Mariah Hamilton's daddy, and he told him this. So he knew that Mariah Hamilton had already been picked up by the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shout out to him, because I didn't know that. And the daddy told him this. So that go to you, Cruz. Your theory might be right. I'm gonna drop the link, y'all, if y'all want to pull up and talk about it as we go on. We got another Cuff Boys video to get through too.
Documents from an attorney has laced narcotics on it. Holy shit. If this is true, how brain dead can you be? You're fighting for your life, Melly, and you're worried about drugs. I pray to God this is not true, and this is someone just making this up. But what the f are we doing here, dude? This is where they start talking about Bloods right here for some reason. Amidst a criminal gang association, in August 2023, on multiple recorded calls, Cortland and Mathis admitted to his involvement in the Bloods and stated there is only one person above him in the jail. Mathis also stated that Jamel Demons has nothing to worry about because Mathis is vouching for him. Mathis also was involved in the electronic communications directing criminal gang members to enforce violations upon other Bloods who are not in the good standing or had been kicked out. Jesus. Henry discussed that Bloods on the outside are politicking and discussing Demon's alleged cooperation with law enforcement. Alleged cooperation with law enforcement? What? Now, how exactly would that work? He's going to throw it all on Borland? And that's pretty much it. That's Terrence Mathis' paperwork.
Okay, let's shout out to Dre. What's up, Dre? Yo.
What's going on?
Good. Cool. I just want to unpack this real quick before I forget. So evidently Mathis, definitely, shout out you, because you said this the other day, definitely is a blood gang member from what they said. And they saying that Mathis has been given some sort of direction as to directing the blood members and stuff. And I think they were saying that what Melly said, that it's only one other blood gang member in that jail that's higher than Melly.
Yeah, the dudes, basically what they're saying is Melly got a lot of pull. So
right.
So and then like basically what it sounds like, you know what I'm saying? Like basically he got a lot of pull. He using his fame and his wealth to get a lot of pull in there.
Mm-hmm. And he also using the blood gang members. This is how they're getting them in the continuance of they're doing the gang shit. This is where that's coming in at, right?
The game back in this with that, yeah.
And they're getting this from the jail phone calls. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. It's a lot going on here. But I'm gonna play the next video, because the next video is gonna get into, and it's Cup Boys, where y'all can subscribe to Cup Boys channel, and it gets into what you been saying.
Just one quick thing, bro. Like, no disrespect to AK, but I don't believe what he's saying about talking to her dad. Her dad talking about she basically gonna tell. Because if you remember the interview he did with her dad, he said her mom ain't gonna snitch, my daughter ain't gonna snitch, because I don't believe in snitching. So why would he change that now? He said that when AK interviewed him.
I
So
don't know. He didn't.
yeah, I'm like,
But I want to clear it up.
I
He
don't
didn't
really know
say.
about that. I don't know. What can she really say? Because she did that public interview. So even if she say something different, she already did that public interview when she
Yeah, but
basically when they
yeah,
do something on the record, they can use that in court.
yeah. I'm saying I feel you. I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I just want to clarify because maybe I said it and I didn't. I wasn't clear. He was saying that he talked to the daddy and the daddy told him that the police had his daughter. He didn't say that the police. If it, go, y'all can go watch the live. It's the last Triple Threat Friday that Music 101 had. I was telling y'all to go look for yourself. It's like at the 3 hour, 15-minute mark where AK get on there. And he was just saying that he knew that Mariah Hamilton had been picked up by the police because the daddy contacted him. Now he didn't say that the daddy said that his daughter was gonna snitch or his daddy or the daughter snitched or not. He's just said that he felt like he just said that the daddy told him that the police had picked her up, and he said that he felt like that she possibly snitched him out because he could see the chain of series of events that happened after they picked the daughter up, as far as like the witness tampering charges and all of that. So I just want to clarify that he didn't say that the daddy said that the daughter was gonna snitch. He said the daddy told him that the daughter got picked up, and he connected all of that. You know, he did his, came up with that scenario after
Oh,
seeing what happened.
I heard him on that. I'm just saying like that contradicted everything the dad said. The interview that he actually did. I watched the interview that live that he did with AK, and he said that no matter what, Mariah or his wife won't go snitch. And if you know, the mother is already refusing to testify. So why would Mariah testify if the mother refusing to testify? Like something got to be going on behind the scenes.
I don't know. It's all a theory. It's all a theory. We don't know for a fact that that's what happened.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. I think okay. So I
she
think
can't go against the word now.
Huh? What you say, Dre?
No, I said she can't really like walk it back and really go against her word because like she already made that public interview basically crying out like, yo, just take the charges away from me and I'll come in and talk to you, and Melly didn't call me and this, that, and the third. So like she already said that in a public interview. Like, so like I hope people realize that Melly lawyers, if she come to trial and testify and say something totally different than what she said in that interview, they can play that interview in court because it was made to the public.
Yeah. But then it'll be just up to the jury to decide
it doesn't make
whether she lied or here or she was lying there.
Yeah, but yeah, it still would be up to the jury, but I just don't see it. All right, I'm gonna be real with you. Like she did all that running just to finally come to the second trial, and that just don't make sense to me. It just don't make sense. But, I could be wrong, but to me, just being like logical with it, like that theory really don't make sense. It really don't make sense. Because her lawyers would be her lawyers would be there with her. Lawyers will
Yeah, they would be there. But I think
same thing they told her in the interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really see the lawyers.
Yeah, but I think you thinking about the actual murder case. What AK was saying from my recollection was she told about the witness tampering. See, because that's when they got the witness tampering charges. That's what I thought he was trying to say. Because that's when they got the witness tampering.
But I'm saying
he's saying that I could be wrong. I could play it to see what he said, and I probably should do that. But I think what he was trying to say was she let them know that there was some contact between her and them, and that's how they kind of got the part of.
I mean, but if you're going off the paperwork that you just reading, they know that he's been in contact with her since 2022.
Right.
February of 2022 to be exact is what the paperwork said. Yeah, so I mean, so why would they need her to come in now when that's why they was investigating the mom in October of 22 because they knew that he was in contact with her.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. That's all you're saying. Like, I don't really think that she like changed her story or anything like that. They could have took the warrant off just because the first trial over with, the mother already testified, and they don't need her to testify no more. So they just probably just took the warrant off. Come talk to us about whatever it is. That don't mean she got to snitch just because she talked to him. She could have pled the fifth to everything, and they just took the warrant off because she pled to everything. So that's what I'm saying. So I just can't go and say, I just can't say that just because she talked to him. That's why they got the witness tamper. Now they've been trying to get him a witness even before then.
Right. That's why. That's what I'm saying. So,
it just don't make sense for her to come in and finally be like, oh yeah, they gave me money and they did this, because she can get charged for taking the money. So if she's smart, she'd just be like, look, I was just scared to come testify, like she said, because I don't want to go to jail.
I mean, we don't know what.
Lesson. I'm not saying that.
I'm with you.
What she could have said.
I'm with you now. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but I agree. It sounds kind of like I don't understand why they would do it, but we don't know what they might have on her though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's true too. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm just saying, in order for her to tell, it would be way more information than what they leave on right now. That's just my logical thinking, because they would divulge that she got paid, how much she got paid, who paid. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
it's a lot going on with this case that I don't. There's a lot. Go ahead. What you're saying, Dre?
No, I'm saying it's obvious she got paid. I mean, I'm just gonna call a spade. Like, it's obvious she got paid. So if I'm like, why would they just want to get him for witness tamper? Like, what they want to know, who paid her, how she got paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, who been helping her on the run? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the information, that's what I'm saying. A lot of the information we got to still wait to see it come out. So it could. It could be. I'm not saying.
That's what I'm saying. It seems like right. It seems. I'm gonna be honest with you. How this case been going since that's new state attorney been taking over, ever since the witness tamper charge, put it that way. It seemed like they leaking out more and more incriminating shit as we get up to the trial. Like, okay, we just heard this about the legal documents. Okay, where they come from? Who did the lawyers help do this? Or you get what I'm saying? Like, I think
they definitely dirtying it up. They trying to dirty up their side just like they dirtied up their side. They trying to dirty up. They trying to just put dirt on their side like they put dirt on their side.
I think it's a lot of information still.
Like, whole thing, how the state attorney talks to each other. Yeah, it's a lot of information still untold. I'm with you.
Right, and I think it possibly gonna come out within these next couple of weeks or whatever, because they're gonna try to like you say, muddy the waters per se. But yeah, good question though. Shout out Mr. 36. Shout out Sante Honor. Shout out to Camille Kimball. Yeah, but I agree. I don't know what she told. I don't know if she told. I don't know if this had anything to do with anything. I'm just saying that on that live, he said that he talked to the father, and if you remember now, he did interview the father. So, you know, on Instagram one time.
That's what I told you earlier. When he interviewed the father said, I don't care under no circumstances, but Mama or Mariah is not going to snitch because we don't believe in that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the father told him when he was interviewing. So that's why I'm like, man, it's just hard to believe that the father, because, you know, the father just came home from prison. So, you know, he really, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard for me to believe that he going to allow her just to do that and be cool with it and be like, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know, bro. Like, if he is, that means he ain't standing on his word like he said.
Maybe she didn't snitch then. Maybe she didn't.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't saying definitively she could. I'm just saying that just doesn't make sense to me that she would wait this long to snitch. If you was gonna snitch, you should have just came straight on and did it at the first. Why wait this long to go on a run if you were just gonna snitch in the first place? Like, that don't make sense. If you was gonna snitch, if you knew you was gonna snitch, why not just go ahead and get it over with and go to trial the first time? Like, why mistrial it? Like, you get what I'm saying? Then finally come snitch. That just I don't know. That theory just don't make sense to me. You can tell she still love him just by the interview. She was like, when they asked her did she want to have a relationship, like, and the mama shut it down. The mama had to shut it down. She ain't shut it down. The mama had to shut it down. So obviously she's still thinking, it might be something there. And just before you start the video back up, what I was telling you about earlier was the liquid stuff they could have been doing. It could have been LSD, Suboxone is what I put up there first, just because that's the first thing I thought of, because that's what was going on in the jail I was in when I was. Suboxone.
What the fuck is that?
It's basically like a medication to help people get weaned off of opioids and stuff like that. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying, in the jail I was at, they was given to people on strips, but I also heard and seen like that on paper, LSD, K2 was on paper, and some of that a form of liquid THC was also on paper too. So it was a variation of things in the jail I was in. So that's just some of the things I know from the time I was in jail.
And they said they spread onto legal documents. So I would assume those legal documents are discovery, probably, right?
Yeah. You know how like you can mail your discovery out, or like your peoples can mail discovery to you, or
that's what
like,
I thought. Yeah,
they can mail you like something. But I mean, if it came in through the lawyers, they might try, like you said earlier, try to get some of the lawyers thrown off the case.
CJ Cruz, CJ, I keep fucking the name up. CJ Ruiz say, but did the prosecution find out first though about the tampering case? Maybe she snitched now because they backed in a corner now. Just a thought. I don't know.
Yeah, Melly and them might be boxing the corner, but what do they have? What can they possibly have her boxing the corner in? You get what I'm saying? Like all she, you know what I'm saying? Like unless she committed another crime that we don't know nothing about, but I'm pretty sure if she committed a crime, she would have got locked up for it. But like, what can she really be boxed in about, bro? Like, all she got to do is do the same thing her mama did, which is I don't recall, and they can't box in the corner for not
recalling. The only crime she could be,
I don't think a lot of people understand that.
The only crime I could see she could possibly be facing is accessory after the fact, but you can't really charge her with it because you have to have proof that she knew, and the only proof that she knew is her and the mama.
Exactly, and then also shout out to Mickey Truth that she touched on earlier was that they did a search warrant for the Snapchat to see the Snapchat video call between her and Melly, and it wasn't there.
Right. Shout out to Sante Anna. Sante Anna said, maybe it's weighing heavy on her conscience and now want to tell the truth, bro.
That could be. I mean, I'm not saying that she didn't snitch, bro. Like, I'm tired of people acting like I didn't say it. I'm saying it doesn't make sense for her to come out and snitch now. Like, if it wasn't weighing on her conscience when it first happened, why would it be weighing on her conscience now?
Sante Anna said,
you look at the interview, bro. She was showing no remorse. She won't saying, "Oh, it's weighing on my conscience" and nothing like that. She was just like, "Oh," she was laughing and giggling. "Oh, we was all family and brothers." Like, bro, if you look at it, bro, she was basically on the same type time Melly was on. If you look at it, the mama was the one trying to reel her back in and trying to get her to see what was really going on. But she was just talking and acting like everything was just everything. If you really look at it, like she won't really on no. Oh, I'm so sad for Sack chasing Juvie. She was like, we brothers and and I don't think Melly did it and and even if you remember when they asked her, you know what I'm saying, like, how did you find out? She looked to a lawyer, like, oh yeah, the police told you. So obviously, for her look like what people don't understand, her lawyers is going to be there with her. It's not going to just be her in the room and the police there by themselves. The lawyers is going to be in there telling like, hey, don't say this, don't say that. Like, if you ever been in an interrogation room, your lawyers are not going to let you incriminate yourself. They're going to tell you before, hey, don't say this, don't say that. And before you answer a question, they're going to be in your ear like whispering, telling you what not to say. So like, it ain't like they could have backed her in the court. She got representation because a lawyer was there in the interview. So like, that's what people got to understand. Her lawyers were there with her. It wasn't like she was just in there by herself. Her lawyers is there too. Her lawyers is not going to incriminate herself, bro. That's what they paid to do. At the end of the day, Melly, this still look bad on Melly. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to change them. This look bad on Melly. By the way, hey, look, I was arguing with y'all about Melly ain't slow, bro. I gotta concede it to you, bro. I apologize to you, bro. Bro, he's slow. He slow as I don't know what, bro. He's slower than molasses.
You know, sometimes you can slip up and look smart. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Maybe he slipped up and looked smart on some issues. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro. All this evidence right here, bro, about this witness tampering, bro, he's slower than he's slower than a turtle on Sunday.
I'm gonna play this other video. It's kind of interesting too.
Shout out to Cuff Boys too, man. They be on it, bro.
The YNW Melly get even harder for Melly if this motion is granted. Prosecutor Alexandra Buckaloo filed a motion for admissibility of consciousness of guilt evidence and request for ruling prior to jury being sworn. This is a 24-page document that recounts everything that's happened in the night of the murders, but then it also explains the witness tampering that allegedly happened as well on camera, and then the jail calls, and the code language that Melly allegedly said to his ex-girlfriend in the notes. And basically, the prosecutor wants this to be in-court evidence. They want this to be in the trial, that he was trying to talk to his ex-girlfriend, who was a witness for the state, which would essentially be an immediate L. Like, he would have no chance of beating this case if this is in court. Zero chance. He would be fried. So yeah, I'm going to read this document real quick. If you're new to my channel, subscribe from my Twitter and Instagram. Let's go. State's motion for admissibility of consciousness of guilt evidence and request for ruling prior to jury being sworn. So they're requesting for this to be solved before the jury is sworn in, and then they go on to explain the whole statement of the facts from all the way to the beginning on October 26th when the murders happened and everything. Cortland Henry dropped off the bodies. Cortland talking about the drive-by that supposedly happened and pointing them to the wrong direction the entire time, pointing them to areas where clearly a drive-by didn't happen. Detectives and officers walked the area on foot. It should be noted not a single report of gunshots were reported to the Broward County Communications Center. Testing by R.J. Lee Laboratories showed that Cortland Henry has a small number of particles consistent with GSR in his hands. It keeps going on and on about the details of the murders, which we already know a lot of. Talking about Cortland changing his clothes from a black shirt to a black hoodie. Moretti received the autopsy report. It stated that the wound path on the neck of Williams was from back to front, left to right, and upward. This was in contradiction to what was stated that a drive-by occurred on the right side of the vehicle while in motion. Williams also had a gunshot wound to his right shoulder and his chest. It should be noted none of the flight paths from the exterior of the vehicle matched the wound path on the rear of Williams' head. It was obvious the projectile entered from the left rear side of the vehicle. On January 11th, Moretti confirmed the entry wound on the left side of Thomas's face was an intermediate wound. It should be noted there was 3-centimeter stippling pattern around the entry wound, which obviously indicates that it was an up-close gun that shot him within 3 feet, I believe. Mariah Hamilton gave 2 sworn statements to law enforcement during the course of the investigation. Her mother, Felisa Holmes, also gave a sworn statement to Moretti. In the statements, Ms. Hamilton and Ms. Holmes indicate that Jamel Demons completed a video call to Mariah in the early morning hours of October 26, stating that he was just involved in a drive-by shooting. They also indicated that he used a certain number. Video call that they admitted to that Melly called them at like 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning or something shows that he did.
So we got 2 statements from both her mama and her, and they sworn statements, and they did say that Melly contacted the daughter that night through a FaceTime phone call. So we got that, y'all. We got that.
Which is a huge L for Melly's defense because they're saying that he could have left his phone in the car and left. Mariah and Felisa were listed as witnesses for the state on April 9th, 2019. And then in November of 2021, there's supposed to be depositions for them, but they became uncooperative with the prosecution at this point. Lisa Holmes sent screenshots of an Instagram conversation to Detective Moretti showing that Cortland Henry, while he was on bond for the first time, had engaged in some communication with Miss Holmes. Not good. Not a good look for
So we also got that the mama snitched out. Well, she screenshot the phone calls from Bortland. She screenshot the DMs between her and Bortland, which those are the DMs that she was, doing all that talking. We seen Bortland just say chill, mom. So evidently she was upset enough to take those DMs and take them to the police. So we know at some point they were totally against Melly. We know that because she snitched. They gave statements telling what they knew. Listen, I'm gonna say this too. This back up what the mama said in them DMs. Just peep it now. The mama said that we told them what we thought happened at the time, which was a drive-by, which is true. That's why in the initial first statements they didn't say so much. You get what I'm saying? They didn't even know what to say, to be honest with you. That's why the first statements what she did say, yeah, I talked to him on FaceTime and this and that. Now you could see at some point they got upset. She got upset with Melly, probably when she found out Melly had that other girl, and because she said he dogged my daughter out, tell that she was dissing his new girlfriend in the first paragraph of the DMs that she had between her and Bortland. So I would assume that they was upset about Melly having another girlfriend, and then they went as far as to take the screenshots from that conversation and take them over to Detective Moretti. So we could see that the dynamic shifting, their loyalty shifting, and we're gonna also see a shift back. I just want to point that out real quick to y'all.
Hey, bro, quick question.
Just to describe how Detective Denny.
Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, just quick question. Did they get both? Did they get both sets of Portland clothes, or they just get the set that he was at the hospital with? Or you don't know.
What you mean both sets? Where the second set come from? Oh, the ones that was in the car. Yeah. No. Okay. So he didn't.
They change clothes.
Well, he didn't actually change. He actually just put a hoodie on over his original shirt. Remember the other shirt? The shirt under the hoodie had blood on it.
So they just put a hoodie over. Okay, I was making sure because in this right here, they made it seem like he changed clothes. Like he different set. Like he changed clothes. That's what he said. He said he changed clothes. So I was like, he changed clothes. I thought he just put a hoodie. Yeah, I thought he just put a hoodie on, but he said change clothes. So I was like, oh, that's news to me if you change clothes.
Yeah, he put a hoodie on it because the shirt they had on under that, that's the one where they got the blood spots off of.
Gotcha. All right, 10 for I was just making sure because damn, when he said change clothes, it threw me for a loop.
Okay.
Was monitoring jail calls of James Howard and started hearing stuff about Melly talking to people. I read all this in my last video, by the way. If you want to go watch what happened on the jail cameras, I'll put it up on a annotation up in the corner. They started the code name language that I explained in my last video about ASAP Rocky's baby mama calling Melly's ex-girlfriend Rihanna, also telling apparently Melly's mom not to, talk to the police either. And then they talk about smuggling, the drugs in the jail as well. We saw this. Here's when they start citing other cases where this happened and where someone committed a murder and then after the crime they were, doing something with a witness or talking or consciousness of guilt is both a concept and a type of circumstantial evidence used in criminal trials. It refers to a powerful and highly incriminating inference that a judge or jury may draw from statements or conduct by a defendant after a crime has been committed, suggesting that the defendant knows he or she is guilty of the charged crime. In other words, the defendant's conduct after the crime is circumstantial evidence that the defendant intended to commit the crime or in fact committed the crime. Some of the most common types are fleeing from the crime scene or jurisdiction, false statements or lies, false alibi, changing name or personal appearance, concealing or destroying evidence, witness intimidation or bribery. They're talking about the witness intimidation part for Melly. This Soul versus State case that happened in 2007, this defendant was eventually charged with solicitation to commit murder, solicitation to tamper with evidence, and solicitation to commit burglary of a dwelling. He's talking about murdering certain witnesses. Likewise, evidence of the solicitation to murder Harry Dia, the blame for the D'Amato murder on him would be admissible in the D'Amato murder trial. And then another case, Luongo versus State, these weird ass names did. Jail calls between an undercover detective and the defendant were introduced at trial as part of the evidence. The solicitation and tampering occurred during an ongoing murder investigation. The commission of the solicitation and tampering was done in an attempt to prevent a key witness from testifying to avoid murder convictions. The court went even further to opine the solicitation and tampering charges could be reasonably construed as demonstrating the defendant's consciousness of guilt. Even where the defendant does not personally make the attempt to influence or intimidate a witness, an attempt by a third person to influence a witness not to testify or testified falsely is relevant and may be introduced into evidence in a criminal prosecution on the issue of the defendant's guilt where it establishes the attempt was made with the authorization of the accused. However, evidence of a threat or attempt to influence a witness made by a third party must be linked to the defendant in order to be relevant to any material issues. Evidence of an attempt to influence the testimony of a witness is always admissible. The defendant went to great lengths to have the others contact Mariah Hamilton for him. Because he was in jail and had his phone privileges taken away from BSO. Not only did he use his fellow gang member, Terrence Mathis, who was in custody with him, he also utilized his co-defendant, Cortland Henry, who was out on the pretrial release at the time. Making sure Ms. Hamilton did not appear in court is clear consciousness of guilt evidence. This evidence mirrors the Luongo case out of the Broward County, and just like the Luongo, the solicitation and tampering occurred during an ongoing murder investigation, and the commission of the solicitation and tampering was done in an attempt to prevent a key witness from testifying to avoid murder conviction. State hereby moves this honorable court to grant the state's motion for admissibility of consciousness of guilt evidence and request for ruling prior to jury being sworn. If this is allowed in court and this judge grants this motion for the state to be able to show the jury that Melly went through these great lengths, apparently sending a note under his jail door to someone to say on the phone to Cortland Henry, for Cortland Henry to then contact Mariah Hamilton, he's fried. If this is allowed in court, he's fried. Like, it's over with. There might as well not even be a trial. I don't know how common this is. I mean, she cited 2 or 3 cases in like over the course of over 10 years. So who knows if this is actually going to be granted? But if it is, he's fried. The ballistics and the forensics and the phone records are already a terrible look for Melly, obviously, because it all points to that back seat that he's on video getting in and sitting in. This makes it even worse because he's going through these hurdles to get in contact with his ex-girlfriend and having this code language calling her Rihanna, A$AP Rocky's baby mama, to stay in the Maybach. It's an L. It's over, boys. This is not going to go well if this is in court. And it might be granted soon because they want it to be done within, a month or 2. So we'll know soon. But if this is granted, he's fried. I wonder how his team is going to respond. I'm sure they're going to come back fighting like always. Melly's mom said this is absolutely a violation of his entire civil rights. This is so crazy. This is ridiculous. And she said that she doesn't know anything about the case. Make it make sense. Yeah, that was cap. That was just to get more time. Judge Murphy, the world is watching the state not playing fair. Make it right, sir. Let's talk about the garbage you hauled out from his house the morning after. Well, I can't recall that being a thing. So clearly, a lot of Melly's fans are saying that this is like the state, grasping at anything they can because they're scared that a not guilty verdict could happen. Really hammer it home and get as much against them as possible. I mean, the state is just trying to put the nail in the coffin right here, boys. They're like, if you're not going to get convicted the way I want, I'm going to make you get convicted of something else. Do you realize this case is not about justice? If they grant this, it's an obvious agenda. Show me a case where a detective assaulted the mother of the defendant in front of her lawyer, causing her to have surgery in her hand because he was too lazy or disrespectful to get a search warrant for her phone, and the band just played on. If the judge is decent, he will deny this motion just as he denied it when the defense asked him to dismiss the case. Well, that's a different situation, different circumstances. This is simply a joke. Instead of preparing the case, she was wasting time on this shit for fear of losing this trial. This bitch is as dirty as Christine. I don't see it as being dirty because if there is actual evidence of witness tampering and this is a thing that's happened in the past, this is just the prosecution doing what was given to them. If there's phone records of them doing this in jail and talking to each other on the phone and relaying messages, and district attorneys have been able to get this motion approved and let this be in court, I just see it as a massive L. I don't think that this is taking advantage of anything. If this is truly what happened, then this probably needs to be shown to the jury, in my opinion. That's just me being harsh because I'm a realist. I'm not trying to be biased. If he truly relayed these messages to his ex-girlfriend, that's an issue. You mentioned subscribe from my Twitter and Instagram. Love you, boys. Peace out.
Shout out to Cuff Boys. So, what he's saying is that the new state attorney is citing case law, and case law is previous cases where a ruling was made, and what the current attorney is wanting to happen was allowed in a previous case. That's what case law is, or denied, allowed or not. In this case, they're citing case law that would allow the judge to include the witness tampering charges in the double murder trial. I agree with the couple. Shout out couple. Go subscribe to couple channel. I don't know who Buddy know, but he goddamn show be knowing the good shit, and he be breaking it down very well. This would be very damning to the case if was allowed, because they saying it's something called the admission of guilt or whatever, consciousness of guilt. And basically what they're saying is he wouldn't be doing these things if he wasn't guilty. By watching his actions, by tampering with these witnesses, this constitutes people to assume that he's guilty, because if he was innocent, then why would he be tampering with witnesses? This is what they're trying to say. And I'm with the couple boys. If they allow this into this case, it's cake been baked. Do I think they're gonna allow it into this case? Shit, I don't know. Watching how this judge been doing, I would tend to believe yeah, because it definitely looked like Melly fighting the judge and everybody else too, and it seems like they want him. It's, you know what I mean? Like the state of Florida want him. He had a mistrial. You know what I'm saying? This is looking bad on a lot of people. It's politics involved in this, and it's a serious crime at the center of this. It's a double murder. I'm saying, and I don't think they want to let him go just like that. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna let him go just like that. So do I think they're gonna allow it? I don't know. I I feel like.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
Go ahead.
The date that they put that this alleged incident happened, was that September 22nd, 2023?
What incident? Which
The
incident?
incident where they said that he was passing a the incident where they say he was passing a note and he was on the phone talking to the board.
Shit, I can't remember. You saying
or was that the date they just filed the paperwork?
I'm
Yeah,
not
because
sure,
on the
bro.
paperwork, remember on the paperwork you was reading, it said September 22nd, 2023.
23rd.
So was the incident on that date?
It was September 23rd, and how I know that, that's my son's birthday. Yep, September 23rd. Yeah, but go ahead though. You asked me, was that? I don't know. I don't know.
So I mean, I'm just asking, are they saying that's when? Or was that when they filed the paper? Or was that when they filed the motion for this paperwork? Because wouldn't that be after? Wouldn't that be after the first trial? He won't on trial in September.
Yeah, it would be after the first trial.
Yeah, he won't on trial in September.
Yeah,
wouldn't that have been after the first trial?
Yeah. So I don't
September
know.
22nd would have been after the first trial.
Yeah, it would have been.
23rd would have been after. That would have been. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it would have been way after the first trial.
I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to figure out, like, are they saying, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to tie it into the whole fact of they saying it was happening during the trial. I'm trying to see, but I don't think they show no evidence to show it happened during the trial yet.
Well,
because I've seen them talk about what happened in 2022.
Okay, so I'm assuming. Okay, so the conversation, the situation where they passed the note and the boy talked on the phone, that happened during the first trial, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that happened during the first trial, right? Or was
right.
Or was it during or before?
It was during, because remember, it was like,
I don't know.
It was like from April. Remember, it was like from April to like June or some shit.
Yeah. I was just trying to distinguish the dates, because
yes,
it was a few different dates in there. So I'm just trying to line it up to see exactly the steps of what happened. Like, this happened first.
It sounds like to me they've been witness tampering the whole time. They got evidence that happened before the trial started, during the trial started, and in between the second trial and the first trial. That's what it sounds like to me.
No. Yeah. I know that. I was trying to figure out, like, exactly, like, I'm saying, like, the Mathis dude, like, what date was he doing the tampering with? And then, like, the other dude, they said it was possibly another dude, like, when was he doing it? I was trying to build a timeline. Yeah, Howard. So I was just trying to build a timeline, basically see. Yeah, I was trying to build a timeline with it. That's all. Yeah, that's all I was asking. I wasn't trying to inference nothing. I was just trying to build a timeline. That's all. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how long and how many different players they actually got into it, because that's gonna play a part in them being able to bring it in or not. Because if you look at some of the stuff that was up there, it was like, ooh, like, they might be able to bring it in, bro, and they do, bro. It's over for him, bro. Like, he going. That's
what I'm saying. I just went on and said I don't know, but if you made me give an opinion, I think they watching the tone of the judge in this case, I think they would let it in, but it's only a guess. It's only a guess. It's not nothing I know. It's just only a guess, because I'm just seeing how the judge would let Bradley and them get on Harold Pryor and them testify, how he kind of like leaning towards the state with a lot of this shit. They pretty much done finessed them into getting some more time to get this case heard. You see what I'm saying? They gonna finagle this thing to where this thing pretty much start at the beginning of the year. You seen that?
Oh yeah, I seen it.
See what I'm saying? So it seemed like to me the judge is leaning more towards siding with the state. So that's my only inclination that would make me think that he wouldn't allow it in, because it seemed like they're trying to stack the deck against Jit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now don't get it twisted. He allegedly he did the shit now. He did the shit now, but so he gave them the ammo in order to do it. But it still seemed like I would think that they would. But it's only a guess though.
Yeah, I agree with Cuff Boys, bro. For her to say that she ain't got no knowledge of this case, bro, she done threw two quick haymakers coming out that might prove she know a little more than what she said. Damn.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something. She look like she good at what she do too. She doing some shit that the other
Oh,
lady
she
didn't
gotta be
do.
good, bro. She done
Yeah. She look like she
she
doing.
didn't, bro. Just think a week ago, this case was looking like it might not be salvageable, and right now, bro, look like she done took it from not being salvageable to that. She got her foot on their neck already.
Yeah, real quick too. She went that way, and she got there in like a week.
That's what I said, bro. She was swift with it for her not to know nothing.
Yeah, for about a week. Hey y'all, I'm gonna have to go and end this
Yeah,
line because I gotta get my ass out of here and go to work, y'all. So I would run down everybody and give them shots out, but I just gotta end this line. So shout out to you, Dre. Shout out the Chick 1000, aka Chick 1K. Shout out to Flyboy Michael 4. Shout out to Nephew for real. Shout out to Anonymous 1. Shout out to Nate Said It. I'm trying to shout out to Ashley. I'm trying to get all my moderator shots out. If I forgot about you, your moderator, I apologize. Shout out to Music 101. Shout out to Mickey True. Shout out to Audio Crack 22. That's my guy. Shout out to Unspoken Crime Mission. Unspoken Crime Urban Boy got 2 channels. Go subscribe to him. Shout out AK, man. Go and shout out to AK-47. You know what I'm saying? Being brother buried the hatchet. I appreciate him for that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, guys, I got to get out of here and go to work. We'll go live again probably tomorrow. You know me, I get off in the morning, so it'll probably be around like 11 or 12 when we go live again. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, comment to this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Have a good evening. Cheers.